Live, boys.
MCR's back. MCR's back.
Is it live?
When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up, will you be the savior of the broken?
You told me that you could sing!
I can't sing. I never said I could. I said I was going to.
And
when you're I can't sing, you dope.
Your memory will carry on.
You should.
We'll carry on. And you are a bitch nigga. Whoa!
No.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's just MCR's back.
Woohoo! Hello,
back.
everybody! Welcome to the Sideboard Chat Podcast. My name is Alpha Wookie. We've got Mozz, Kirroh, Sin Mango, Slothe, and Sylvan Advocate on the podcast tonight.
Yo, so cute.
Mozz is a bitch.
Chaos Galaxy is a bitch.
We're gonna be talking mad shit about Chaos Galaxy tonight, boys. Gonna be talking mad shit about the what, boy? Oh my god! Can I get a scream from the ladies in the audience? Bro, there's no women in the audience. We alienate everybody. Nobody in the TCG community showers.
I do.
Yeah, we like to be you're a faggot.
How did I get all the minorities on the chat?
So,
mean,
can
you're
we
the only
actually
white guy
start
on
being
this
on
thing, right?
topic, you idiots?
Oh my gosh. So
Mozz,
how
I cannot
about,
understand
You
you.
know one thing to stay on top of?
yeah, I hired him. So
How much am I getting paid?
Mozz is a
you're an
bitch.
intern.
Listen here, you bro.
You're an
bitch. You don't
intern,
get
Mozzie.
paid. You just leave.
Mozzy's not an intern. He's Mozzie. You don't? Oh,
he
he left.
left. He left.
I disconnected him.
He's gone.
Don't.
Alright, Mozz got poopy yucky.
All right, so we're gonna start off by introducing our guest a little bit more formally. Today we have Sylvan Advocate. Gosh,
Sylvan Advocate. Hello.
You are a joke.
I'm a joke. We have
You
Sylvan
are a
Advocate, the creator of Guild Rumble TCG, and we have Kirroh. He doesn't do shit. His channel is called Kirroh Does TCGs, but he doesn't have a single video on his goddamn channel.
You should subscribe anyway. You know, the next cloud.
Everybody knows for breaking people's TCGs.
All he does is bitch on the TCG community.
Why don't you just make videos
Exactly.
about?
I mean,
breaking people's
isn't that what this
TCGs?
live stream is
Figuring out how
about?
to
though?
break
Hell
their TCG.
yeah.
What?
Exactly.
This entire podcast, this episode,
You're Amazon.
we're just gonna be bitching. That's it. No
All right.
more.
Before we
just
get started on the topics, we need to ask everybody a couple of questions. Kirroh, how many polygons do you have in your penis?
7.
7. That's pretty pitiful. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sylvan, how many polygons you got in your dick? Wait, Sylvan's a minor. Hold on.
So am I, and I got 25.
I'm also minor.
You're gay. That doesn't
Yeah.
count.
Yeah, it does, you fucking
He's
minority.
gay. He has no right.
You gave it up the second you strapped on the badge.
Yeah.
God.
Wait, no. No.
You gave up your rights a long time ago, boy.
I had rights. I thought I was gay.
Be gone, Messiah.
Oh my.
All right.
Be gone.
So I can like assume from the topic of this podcast that neither your favorite TCG creator Kirroh or Sylvan Advocate's favorite creator is Chaos Galaxy.
I mean, honestly, up until like a month ago it was.
Really? What made you change your mind?
The fact that Set 3 took a while to come out, and the competitive community completely like, died overnight because of Shelltime's absence, the lack of people signing up for tournaments, like everything culminated into me not liking the game. that
Wait,
much.
there was actual bona fide tournaments?
Yes.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a prize pool at the beginning of the summer,
What?
but
God
yeah,
damn.
like $20. No one kept up to
Except
that.
it was
I was in
completely
third place, man.
fan
I
base.
should have got something. They did nothing.
It was
Because no one
completely
signing up
done by the
in the, like,
fan base.
later months.
Wow.
Holy
Just wow.
mother.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, all
damn.
wasn't playing.
Desolate, like Kevin Hart's comedy.
Okay, write me an essay on that one, Slothe. Go ahead.
What do you mean?
Go ahead. Explain to the group.
Kevin Hart is overrated, first of all.
Kevin Hart
Especially
bad.
his
Kevin
act.
Hart bad. Kevin Hart bad. There. I'm done.
I like him as a person.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah,
But I'm not too big of
his
a fan.
comedy's poo poo caca though.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
Like
The only
he's
thing
funny
I
in
ever laughed
movies,
at-
but to be fair, those aren't even his
And-
jokes. Those are someone else's jokes within a script. So eat my dick.
Yeah, then he's very over exaggerated the characters he played.
That's a very biased comment. Excuse me.
All right. So
sorry,
hold
you
up.
are minor.
We're gonna stay off topic for just a sec. There was this one time. This involves Kevin Hart. There was this one time I went to the movies with my good friend Michael, and we went to.
Good friend.
Yes, my good friend
Good
Michael. We've been
Michael
through
Jackson.
so much
He
shit
has
together.
friends.
Huh?
What?
Your GF.
Yeah, we've rubbed dicks a couple times. No, so I was quitting my job, and he's like, "Hey, let's go see a movie, dude. You know, like we've been talking about it forever. Let's just go see a movie." So we went and saw that. Fast and the Furious movie that came out, but it was just like with The Rock and whoever else. And in the middle of this flight, they're on this plane, and they're in the middle of arguing on this flight. And I had told my friend Michael, I was like, "Look, you know I'm one of those people that yells at the movie screen, right?" And he's like, "I am planning on that." And so he was like anticipating the moment that I would finally yell at the screen. And Chris Rock pops up and it's like tells him to stop arguing, and everybody is like yelling in the audience, like, "Yeah, Chris Rock!" And I'm yelling at the top of my lungs at the screen, "Yo, is that LeBron James? How'd they get that guy on screen?"
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I love yelling at movie screens so much, dude. I love yelling at people. Like, if I can get away with it and just not suffer consequences of just yelling at people, it's so cathartic, dude.
Hey, you have a mohawk!
Absolutely euphoric.
The way did I
That's-
tell you that story about that I just like pointed at that kid in the store and I was like, "Hey, look at that guy, he's got a mohawk!" And we walked away.
Walk away like nothing happened.
I am legitimately a professional asshole in public.
You are on stream too.
Oh yeah. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not
for such a
afraid.
professional, are you paid by the daily?
You know what? I get no.
I get paid by the dollar.
All right.
Yeah, you
so-
should be.
All right.
All right. Where are we going again? I forget. We already went off track.
No,
Alright,
we were
so
talking about.
continue the topic streak. What you
We were
guys
talking
about
about Chris Rock.
Oh yeah. So
Favorite
Speaking of
song?
Chris Rock, Chaos Galaxy.
Segway.
That
Galaxy
sounds
Rock.
like a card he'd make. It's just a goddamn rock.
But his name is
Floating
Chris.
rock with Chris
gotta
Rock
top
on top. Floating Chris Rock with Dwayne the Rock on top.
Yes, that's amazing.
that needs somebody Photoshop that guard.
All right.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
a
like-
thing. Hold on.
Like, get
Hold
on it right. Oh, wait. I haven't
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
I
What are
haven't
your
sent
thoughts
the-
Humongous
on
ancient
Chaos
Dwayne the Rock.
I have
I'm
not
doing
yet.
that right now. Hold on.
I have not yet sent the link in chat. There.
You are a clown.
Thank you.
At least you
Actually,
did.
I already started watching it, so don't worry.
You watched the chat? Gross.
I do.
I'm about to rip off your fucking titties.
Yes.
They're diamonds.
Good, that means they're fucking valuable.
Wow.
Even more reason to
I wish
rip them
I
off.
Nah, they're synthetic. I'm sorry, they're implants.
That's
They're
amazing.
implants?
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
All right.
bro.
So where are we
I knew
going?
you were a fake the moment I met
Alright,
you.
so yeah. We keep dodging the idea of the podcast. So there's a lot of smack talked about Chaos Galaxy as a whole. But like, but like, what exactly makes the game worth playing to you guys? Or at one point, what made it worth playing to you guys?
Sylvan, you can
Wait, hold on! That's a card?
Yes, it is a card.
When
Yeah.
you guys have been joking about floating rock and non-floating rock on top, I didn't. Oh my gosh, Zach! Zach! Zach!
I'm not sure who's the bigger clown, Alpha Wookie for not believing him or Zach for making the card.
Zach!
I'd say
That is something else.
I defend you so much! Floating rock with non-floating rock on top!
yeah.
Gosh!
Completely unplayable, to be honest.
Holy mother of all that is holy, Zach! You've got to be self-aware about this. You have to be.
And this was set 1, keep in mind.
Oh my gosh.
It's a pretty great card,
This
in my
disgusts
opinion.
me.
Mozz,
My day.
When
I think
is-
it's funny.
when has your
I think
opinion been valid,
I don't know.
Mozz?
My opinion's never valid. That's why I give it all the time.
Aww. he's a little
Go
dumpster
back on
fire.
topic, please.
Alright, look.
You remember last podcast when there was like, who are you talking to?
That was so.
talking to?
That's amazing.
I thought he
Hey,
was.
anyone want to play some KK Chaos Galaxy?
No, you're just a clown. You're just an absolute butt clown. It's okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
kill yourself.
I would, but I can't reach.
Have you ever felt sad and lonely? Have you ever felt 2 feet tall?
There's the kid brother we were talking about.
I don't have any brothers. What
Yes,
are you
you
talking
do.
Okay, let's get back.
Alright, so we're trying to ask Sylvan or Kirroh, whoever wants to go first, what makes or made Chaos Galaxy as a whole a game worth playing to you guys?
Okay, so for me, when I first found out about Chaos Galaxy, I was into making my own game. I had like note cards and everything, and I was like writing down stuff on like note cards and stuff. But I scrapped that game pretty quickly because it was basically just Magic the Gathering. So I threw that one out. But then I discovered Chaos Galaxy, and I was like, this looks very interesting. I want to know how to play this. And so I don't know how I found the link to the server. Zach does not link the server in his videos, so I had no idea how I found it. But I went on that, and then I met Kirroh. I met like a lot. Like I met like everyone, and eventually Kirroh taught me how to play. And he whooped my ass. That's beside the point though. Kirroh, like that's just like, and then from there I just like I want to play this game competitively. This game is so fun that it's so creative. It's so like
So fun.
I guess not,
creative.
Have you guys
It's
ever
something-
met
it's like-
before? Like, gone physically to play this game?
oh
No.
No?
Nah, no one has like met up to play physically.
Oh.
Not that I know of.
Wow.
Except for Zach.
there were physical tournaments as I said before, but they weren't physical, but there were tournaments
Mhm.
on Untap.
Uh,
Yeah,
and they were what on?
and then
Untap?
I can't
yeah,
hear you, Mango.
And they were on Untap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should be.
No, they were in my mom's basement.
You guys have.
I mean,
You guys
you're
get a
not wrong.
basement?
Actually,
I just
No,
get.
I
A,
live in Miami.
I just get a closet.
Can we like?
My bad. I'm sorry.
Don't you dare
You're gonna
apologize,
come out of
Slothe.
there.
If anybody should apologize, it's Mozz. He's the scapegoat. I'm sorry, Mozz.
I'm not apologizing for anything. I've done nothing wrong.
I know. You never have.
Sir Gordolot says,
I'm
"Is
a
Kirroh
people.
gonna become a regular for diversity?" Wheeze.
Yes.
Oh,
No.
nice! Joke's on you. Mango is kind of brown.
Wow.
He was,
And
the
I'm the whitest Hispanic on earth.
he was the token all along.
I'm
The real
token
token is
black
Mozz. We don't know what the fuck he is.
Wow. That's just
can I
Oh my
can I please keep speaking about whatever I was speaking about
Oh,
before?
yeah, sure.
But
I'm
yes.
sorry.
Okay.
notice how I'm not the one who cuts him off.
It was mostly bros.
Okay.
I
So-
will kick all of you off the podcast.
Oh my
and I'll
god,
do
dude,
this myself.
stop!
Yes. Yes, that ending was so good.
Okay, let's continue, please.
Okay.
Continue.
So what got me out of the game?
Basically.
What the lack of support, and because really what killed the game's competitive scene were the bannings. To be honest,
Oh yeah, yeah.
like the bannings of
Yeah,
the
sense.
summer they were honestly, some of them were good. I made a video about it on my channel. I mean, some of them were good, but other ones were just not very good. And the way it impacted it basically just killed Barrow, which really just was nail in the coffin for Shulk. He just quit really after that because his deck was no longer like the best deck in the game, because that's how it was for the longest
I
time.
will say, one thing about Shulk quitting, I feel like it's also kind of my fault because I called him out on only playing Barrow because it was the best.
Oh my!
That might be why he actually left.
That was also it's
So I do have-
technically everyone on the server's fault, to be honest. My fault, your fault, Nisha's fault. It's everyone's fault.
It's not my
Bruh.
fault.
Well,
It's never
It's
your
a
fault.
rock with non-floating rock on top.
Nothing is my fault.
yeah, it's
Except Trump's re-election.
it is like a combination of the bannings plus us ripping on him that really got him to leave and never come back because he hasn't returned to us in a month or two.
I know he'll be on the
Or even-
he'll be in the chat every once in a while, but I never see him.
He was on the server like last week, but he only sent like one message and they immediately left. I just wanted to come back. He doesn't make any content anymore. He was like my favorite Chaos Galaxy YouTuber. He's better than Zach, honestly. I mean, I like him, but the way I think I pushed him too hard, I pushed him a little farther over the edge because I beat him with a fringe deck in a tournament right after he had like a string of losses. So I was like, I beat you with this deck I came up with.
That was bad.
And you were playing your Barrow deck. And he was like, I was like bragging about it or whatever, and he's like, okay, shut the fuck up, you incel. And he basically was like,
Whoa.
on thought.
Can you explain
Bro,
what
if you get
that's
mad
all?
over losing a card game, that's a Pepe yikes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, but
Kind of
he
a
was
dick.
losing to
He's
a
like-
comically
He's
bad
the best
player.
player in the game.
Yeah.
I respect him, but he's just annoying sometimes. You
He's a fuckboy, thank you. Anyways.
know?
And Kirroh, just saying, I lost to Kipo Nipo and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
True,
Just
true. But the fact that he lost to a comically bad player that kind of pushed him over the edge.
Oh.
That says a lot.
Zach basically ruined his life.
Who did? Who ruined what?
Zach ruined like
Ruined
Shulk's
all
life.
of our lives.
Like,
I mean,
Yeah, he
I
was
mean-
thriving on playing the meta strategies that gave him like 80% wins.
He's actually ruined my
he
life.
tried to play Night Jungle, but that just didn't work for him.
Yeah, he got destroyed.
He wanted. And now my deck is the best deck in the game right now because I only lost points with it. And I know, says me. I know it's
Like
not
Chaos
actually,
Galaxy,
it's
I would
not
destroy
accurate.
you right now.
Zach is a dodo head.
whoa!
You're
Are you gonna let your brother say that on the chat?
Whoa.
Oh my
Them
god!
fighting words.
Savage.
Them?
You can't
Right.
fucking say that on live television.
Yeah.
It's one of the 68 bad words.
At least. Dare if I even say it. At least he didn't say poop head. That would have.
Hold on. You're
Whoa.
walking. No, you're walking a fine line there, boys.
Okay.
No, I know. I don't want to say that on live television. I might get-
Poop head.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Okay,
Oh no.
so back on topic.
Alright, everyone,
Back on
Oh,
topic,
man.
you guys.
Ready?
Zach,
calm your titties.
No, you
calm your
can't say
titties,
something.
everyone.
because. Goodbye.
Okay.
So, okay, Kirroh, what?
Have your brother
what's
talking
your?
about how manspreading is not a thing.
Ooh.
Okay, well,
Yo,
what we're
we
saying?
keep interrupting Sylvan.
Yeah.
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 I'm sorry,
about that.
Sylvan.
It's rock with.
So, So basically, my whole thing is, so as I was saying before, I call my deck the best deck in the meta, even though it really isn't. Mainly because I won all my
That's
games.
ironic.
Won all my games except one, and but they were all against like the same people, so it technically is not that good. But I made a video on it, and I'm just calling it the best deck, mainly just to piss Shulk off. But I mean, it's hella funny though.
You and Shulk have like a beef, or you just like good friends?
Kinda.
Roast.
I made a video. I made a video about the bannings after he made a video about the bannings, and he was like, I was like asking him about his opinion or whatever, and I watched the video, and I went to make my video, and then after it, he DM'd me. He's like,
basically said this.
"Hey, you copied a lot of my statements," and I'm like,
You did.
I mean, yeah, I probably subconsciously put it in there,
Comes
and
out.
it's like just. It was literally
That's
like
the most pettiest
like a 30
thing
minutes
I've
after
ever heard.
I made the video. So after like I watched his video, I pretty much immediately made my video. So the really was some like overlap. So I do admit that I did kind of say what he said too, but he was kind of a dick about it. He was just so like, yeah, you stole this from me, dude. Like you stole this from me. Like I was actually stealing his thunder.
What?
Like I doesn't matter. Like just because I commented on Zach's video first and made my video, and then Zach commented on my video, and I mean it just doesn't matter though, you know.
Right.
Me like saying I copied him. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. I won't do that again, but you don't have to be a dick about it.
Yeah. I think we got a problem with that, like in the TCG community, and like I think that's a problem in TCG communities to begin with, whether it's the homemade TCG or just like a regular TCG community like Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic or something like that. I think there are a lot of people who think they're big fish in a small pond.
Big Fish Casino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fool, I am the pun.
But like some people think that they're hot shit because they're good at a game and they can treat people however they like.
Those are called people with no lives.
I want to see Showtime and the Oversoul.
You're gonna see
No.
Shulk.
Or talk about how many polygons
I want
you
to
really
see how
have.
well he does in Oversoul.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't have 25 polygons on my penis. I actually have 30. I was holding back because I didn't want you to feel bad.
I was holding back because I didn't want you to say that.
All you gays are the same.
Dude, have you seen my steroids? I can't find them.
Oh yeah.
What about that crunch though?
All right, this heroin isn't gonna inject itself.
When the cold brew hit.
I made another edit to the rock on rock.
I
The
don't.
Rock.
I don't. It's kind of the same, homeboy.
Yeah.
It's just black.
Blacker. Look at that. It's more black.
So, Kirroh, how do you like?
Yeah.
What necessarily appeals to you or appealed to you about the game at some point?
Joe.
Originally, I got into the game about 4 years ago off of one of Wanted Strikers videos. I don't know if you guys know that HTCG channel. He doesn't make videos anymore, but he had recommended in one of his videos that people had watched Chaos Galaxy. At the time, he only had 1,000 subscribers. And basically from then on, I just followed his videos and then found the server link somehow, joined, and then I found out that people played on Untapped, and I was like, you know what? I want to be the best player at this game. So I played with PDF and Shulk Time a lot until PDF. And then after that, my goal for the game was just to beat Shulk Time. And then at that point, I had already been noticing things that I didn't like about his design choices. Zach, I mean. So basically, when Shulk Time was gone, I didn't want to play anymore because there was really no reason.
Exactly.
Also,
So-
you couldn't play anymore because your computer was broken.
Well, yeah, that too.
So you guys both no longer play, or just not as much? I know
Yeah.
Sylvan has the best deck. Obviously, there's no point in like fighting him. But like,
Yeah, there's no point in fighting Sylvan because his deck is not the best deck. He just claims it is because he beat Shulk
I do
time
claim it is,
post
and
ban list.
he put four
Post ban list.
he put four
Oh my
Dez in a pile and called it a day, and it worked.
When I could almost beat him.
Yeah, just go off and see what my deck is actually right now.
Go ahead.
Post.
Sorry. Oh wait,
Okay,
Kirroh. Wait, Kirroh, do you have anything important to say? We're not even letting him talk.
Oh yeah, I do have stuff important to say. Sylvan says that he's the best because he beat a Shulk with a nerfed deck with a half meta strategy. Well, with a strategy that would have been meta if Kirroh was never discovered. And then my strategy, I came in with the second worst planet in the game and literally lost because I bricked for 6 turns straight to a pre-ban list Shulk. So you have no room to say that you're the best, that you got the best deck.
Yeah, that's the meme, bro. That's the meme. I'm not saying I'm actually the best. Unironically.
That is complete
I'm honestly not the best. Shulk is still
You
the
guys
best.
can prove it in a game of Oversoul.
That's already been proven. Actually, he whipped my ass.
All right, Sin Mango. Why don't you make your announcement about your gay contest you're gonna have?
Oh, you see, there's a beauty contest happening
Yep.
July 3rd.
Oh, so you're all gonna lose.
Yeah. No, yeah, because hear me out. A strong cross is gonna win.
Strong cross.
Astrum Cross is gonna get on and he's gonna win.
The winner of the contest does not use toads, I'm gonna be massively disappointed. I will snap their fingers in the opposite direction. I will fucking tear off their fingernails and use it as a brew.
Okay, so what's going on is that November 23rd, which is a Saturday at around p.m., we are having the first ever
1 p.m. in what time zone? You need to clarify.
Eastern,
these things.
1 p.m. Eastern, U.S. Eastern. The price is say what?
Y'all motherfuckers, shut up so Mango can talk.
Yeah.
I asked a legitimate question.
I didn't even hear him. I asked you what you said. Okay, stay quiet. Anyways, it's on November 1 p.m. Eastern, U.S. time, whatever. Yeah, the prizes that we have right now for the tournament is since I'm a broke bitch. First place gets top 3 gets to they get a special top 3 how you say role in the Discord server. They get to design a card, and first place gets a how you say a free pack of the first set when it is released. And then anybody who participates gets a
what?
for server, a special role saying that they were a participant in the tournament.
All right, you hear that?
Roll.
Mango's got a contest. You build a deck. Everybody enters in the tournament. First, second, and third place get epic prizes, and everybody else gets a fancy color on his server. Join the contest.
Join my podcast.
Join the podcast.
Join the podcast.
Everybody jump in the chat. Talk all at once. It works.
Yes.
We do it.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win that shit.
All right. Advocate, did you want to talk about what was in your deck?
Yes, I would like to say that. So, I mean, if you can watch the video,
Or
when I go more in depth on, or I can explain it right now. Like, you don't have to watch it, but I would like it if you watched it. I need that watch time. So,
go to my videos, please.
Get monetized on his videos.
all the videos, please.
Monetization
we watch all
in
of
the
my
TCG community.
You still need like a bunch of subscribers before you can be monetized, though.
Like 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need like
So let me
960.
continue, please.
Then it used to
The
be
deck-
where you had to. I'm sorry.
Sylvan, let's
Because
have a
everybody
talk.
quiet. Everybody go on. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so my deck is I like to call it Shias Zoo. is based on the Shios planet, as you can tell from the name. It's if you know what a zoo deck type is in card games, it's where you play a bunch of small stuff and hit your opponent's face. That's basically all it is. And it runs a bunch of 4-star creatures and Enderman's Telescope. That's all you need to know about it. And it wins.
But why?
So it's like DDD from Smash Bros. Ultimate. It requires no brain.
I can confirm.
I mean, it requires no brain. You can be very small brain.
Yes, my type of deck.
All right, Sir Goldalot, you have been called out.
No, you need some brain. You need to be able to classify what is their face and what is their creature. That's all you need to know. All you need to know is you see their face and you hit that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that meme is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
So,
God damn.
how Sylvan sounds when talking about his Chaos Galaxy deck. I am 4 parallel universes ahead of you.
That's funny, man.
Whoa.
You hit face.
All right,
I can
so
only see face. That's all I want.
like if you guys had a chance to like take the reins of Chaos Galaxy, like what aspects would you change about the card game?
Everything.
All right, but far more specific than everything.
I
one
would.
thing.
I would.
Kirroh, go
I
first.
would
Kirroh.
change floating rock.
One at a
and
time.
non-floating rock.
Gyro goes first.
All right. If I were to change anything about Chaos Galaxy, I would personally change the design philosophy around each planet. Currently, the only cards that actually really work with their planet well are the Barrow card, and one card in Polysium being Duple Drop.
That name.
I agree.
These names.
Yeah.
All right, so we can either delve into what all that means for the audience, or we can move on to Sylvan.
Either
Okay
way.
then.
All right, Sylvan, what do you think?
Okay, well, I agree with Kirroh on this, on the one where he said, I would change what the planets did, but more specifically, I would change what Sindel did, because Sindel is trash. Like half the planets are just trash. Let's be honest here. Do you agree with me, Kirroh?
Yeah, they are.
Would you explain for the listeners what?
Yeah, what a planet does in Chaos Galaxy.
Okay, so your planet card is the card you base pretty much your entire deck around. Unless you're playing one of 4 planets, those being Sindel, I believe Polysium, Roka, and I think
Does Roka have
Roka?
rocks on it?
Chios. Sorry.
Roka is the
Yeah, floating rock with non-floating rock on top is a Roka
Gosh,
card.
Zach.
Oh,
wait,
wait,
I'm dumb.
What is that, like a
I
wind
realized
planet?
the question.
my planet tier list real quick. The best planets in the game are Barrow, Gaios, and Shios, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yes,
Because-
Fire Planet.
But Kirroh already explained why Barrow is really good.
Yeah.
Gaios doesn't do anything with its planet ability, hardly, but it has one of the best archetypes in the game. So there's that. And
One
Shios
of the best.
is a good planet.
Huh. Who plays
That's all you gotta say about
Dragon? Ugh.
I do.
This
Also,
what?
let me just tell you what Sindel planet's ability is, because that's my favorite planet, but it's so trash. Like, you can't make it up, bro. Like, so what it does is, whenever a Sindel creature on your planet is killed, you gain a star, which is your currency for the game.
Okay.
So it's like
And-
in kindergarten.
Yes, it's good noodles.
Yes. You kill. Hey, little Jimmy, you killed your opponent's monster. You get a free star.
Oh, yay!
Jesus.
That's exactly what it is.
Whoa.
Do you guys not remember what kindergarten was like?
Yes. I don't remember it being that cringe.
I did
Advanced
kindergarten.
Pants says, I would change floating rock with non-floating
You
rock.
know, Advanced Pants is just Mozz.
That's
He's just
actually-
in the chat.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah, that's
I
me.
still feel like I should point him out.
Bros Inc. says, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, please continue.
All right. So, gold stars.
Oh, stars. So, like, what do you think about it? When I first saw the ability, I thought it was like okay, but I mean, but then you go into it, and then you realize that gaining stars is much worse than drawing cards, which is basically true for every card game, right? You'd rather draw cards than like gain resources, right?
I wouldn't say that.
In some cases, yeah. Like Magic the Gathering, you'd rather draw cards than make a lot of mana. That's why Ancestral Recall is banned. But in a
It's banned
Hearthstone,
for a lot of reasons. You shouldn't be able to draw 3 cards at instant speed for 1 blue mana.
I agree.
You draw 2 for 3 at sorcery speed.
Part of Greed's banned because drawing cards is amazing. But so my point is, if Sindel was you draw a card, if Sindel and Shios's plant abilities were swapped, then Sindel would be really good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
the
then
problem
she-
is just that Sindel, before set 3, Sindel had almost nothing. What they had before set 3 was Pelfam. That's the best creature in the game, like hands down. It's just so good.
I think I've got Pelfem on the image list.
Yeah.
Pelfam is basically
Let's
just 7 stars to bounce a creature. That's what it is.
Okay,
And-
so when this creature cost is played, return 1 card on either player's planet to its owner's hand. So what's so overpowered about that?
Okay, so Kirroh, do you want to help me explain
free
this?
removal, along with a big creature that has.
So
better
there isn't a
stats.
lot of removal
There's
in
7
Chaos
stars.
Galaxies, what you're saying.
Absolutely not.
There's
There's no removal.
Oh, so there's no
Which is
cast
yeah.
down, there's no fatal push, there's nothing. There's
One thing.
There's a
one,
bit of removal, but there's not enough for it
no
to be
spot removal now.
like a good thing that
Like-
Pelfam is that good. In any normal circumstance, you wouldn't think that a card that just bounces 1 card back to hand when it's played, you wouldn't think that that's good in like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh. But because there's not that many cards in Chaos Galaxy that do anything even similar, and that he has great stats to go along with it, has to be a staple in every deck because of just how much value you get from it. And he's the only card that really works like that in the game.
Not every
Besides,
deck. Not every deck, but most decks, yes.
besides Beast of the Black Hole. Well, give me an example of a deck that wouldn't play Pelfam.
mine, because I'm a boomer.
Because if you do not run Pelfam, then you are at a disadvantage against your opponent,
I
no matter
definitely
what deck
agree
you
with that. I agree.
Okay.
All these
Really, what
memes
we
in the
need to know
chat,
about
I swear.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, yeah.
I just want to read what Sir Godalot says. The
Yeah,
OG ability was more reach than the current one, but in my opinion, it doesn't fit the playstyle vibe of Sindel enough. Sindel should have a revive mechanic to encourage sacking creatures.
I mean, technically, Zach is making one of those. But,
Is he?
yeah, but
What, a
right
planet
now-
or just support for Sindel that does
I
it?
thought Zach has
No.
already said multiple times he's not making any more planets.
He's
Like
making
what?
support for the planet, not
Okay.
Okay,
a
okay.
different planet.
Yeah,
off a little
But
bit there. What
he,
you
It
said.
he
doesn't-
legitimately
he's
needs to just put his
counterproductive.
foot down and just make the planets better.
Yes.
I feel like it's counterproductive to me to make more support for an already bad archetype if you're not going to make that support that you give them good enough to actually make them playable.
Like, here's the thing: it's not
Wait,
hard to
Can we
search.
talk about one card right now?
It's not
Can we
hard
talk
to
about one card?
revive. Yeah. All right, yeah, go ahead.
So, set 3 brought this really terrible card. I think Kirroh's gonna know what I'm gonna talk about right now. Soldier
Warrior who looks
strong
very
but isn't.
powerful but isn't.
Oh,
Yes.
I actually know about this.
So
Oh,
bad.
dear.
It is
I'm
not
sorry,
good.
what is the card name?
Warrior who looks pretty powerful but isn't.
Kill yourself, Zach. Kill
No.
yourself.
That's literally the name.
I need
Zach,
It is
you are
dark
the
creature.
You cannot
Okay.
make this fantastical claim that there is a card such as this and not put it in the chat.
Oh wow. Okay,
Hold on.
I will send.
Okay,
I will
we
send.
can all
Pick
calm
first.
down.
Pick
All
first.
calm down, please. Let's all come to a consensus real
I
quick.
am
Does
genuinely
everyone here know who Butch
disappointed. My
Hartman
day
is?
has been ruined.
Fine.
Does
Oh,
everyone
actually,
here know who
but-
Butch Hartman is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chaos Galaxy is the Butch Hartman of
Yeah.
the homemade TCG
Yes.
community.
Oh, that is so accurate. Oh my god.
He
It was
is
the
just
Seth
Butch
MacFarlane.
fucking Hartman.
Who's the Seth?
I don't know. I guess I could be Seth MacFarlane.
But
No.
like,
I think
Can-
I'm really good, but I'm kinda trash.
That is so true.
but I like Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom was good
I'm
until
talking about.
the end.
I'm talking about Mozz.
Until what?
The end.
What
That
was
needs
the
to
end?
go into the
Last season was pretty doo-doo.
Yeah. Give me some more of that Latin speaking dog.
Oh yeah, give me some more of that tough puppy.
Oh, tough puppy.
Oh my gosh. I've never
a beast.
Kyro.
Winston is a beast.
Tough
Yo.
Puppy Rule 34. Look it up.
Oh my
I'm
god.
actually
I
going to
can't
look
wait to see
That's a
Kate.
thing.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking this up as we speak.
No!
I already got it. Wait. Oh my goodness.
What is that? Hold on, I gotta see what this.
You
Hold
filthy
on.
furries. You filthy furries.
I have never seen a single episode of Tough Puppy. No!
Why would you do that?
Why? Take it off! Sweet mother of all that's holy, take it off!
Oh my goodness. Oh no, that is true.
No one that's not on the podcast will never know what we put here today. That would be the existential fear.
Wait, whatever,
No!
whatever we post there, do they pop up in the podcast?
folks.
This is why I don't have a chat display in the podcast.
Thank you for that. Thank you for not doing that.
Oh my gosh! There are minors in the chat, you idiot! You have committed a hate crime!
And I'm one of
I
them.
have covered.
Wait a minute, I gotcha.
Stop!
Oh
It's not
my
November!
goodness.
No, not November!
November, man. Stop.
It's gonna be not November for eternity for me, boys!
Oh no, not Raven. Mango.
Can
God
I
bless
mention that my
America.
girlfriend is watching the podcast?
Oh my god.
Many Magic the Gathering players asking a question. When will Alpha Wookiee themselves?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Denzel, your creature that died. Yellow
God damn!
That's good. Oh my goodness.
This is going great, boys.
Your creature
I know,
that
right?
died.
This is the best podcast
Zach
ever.
talked about this warrior who looks really strong but isn't.
Okay, please put it in the chat. I want to share it with
I
everybody.
got you. I got you.
Please.
Sloth, can you get a screenshot of that?
'cause I-
Not
I'm
on
gonna
that.
send it.
I can't personally get one because I don't know how to do that.
All right, here. I'll find one of Zach's.
Yeah, legit. All right, so while he's doing that, we'll wait to have that on the podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop!
Talk about Pelfam more.
Stop! We already said stop, Mango.
I'm back. Hello. Are we done here?
Oh, it's the cover. It's the thumbnail of this newest video. Oh my goodness.
No.
Wait, what is?
Warrior!
Pretty powerful, but isn't.
Oh, why that name? Why?
Man, so bad.
Why? I'm sorry,
What did I
Alpha.
miss?
Proud of this real quick.
What did I miss while I was gone? I was getting a snack.
You did not. You did not.
Cool
see all
Kid
the
says
rules.
I already lost.
What?
You missed all the tough.
Oh no! I was there for that.
Troll rares were cool when they used to be. Okay, what is this? What are troll rares?
Basically, he makes cards that are comically bad, and then he puts them at the rare rarity.
Except, I mean, for Slush, that's a special case, you know?
Just
Because
as a troll. Just to be a troll.
Bro,
Literally
that's a callback. Eye penetration.
Yeah,
That's a callback, bro.
Look at
Oh
this.
man.
Should I do that? You guys think
card
I
is
should do
so
that?
bad. I hate looking at that. Get it off my screen at once.
It's about to be on everybody's screen.
Warrior who looks pretty powerful, but isn't.
That's such a.
Rule 34
Come
coffee
on,
filter.
Zach.
Look it up.
When is it?
Why this name?
When is
Why, what's
all
wrong
the
with
other
you?
people on this podcast
Zach.
gonna grow up?
Zach, if you're watching this, I can't believe you done this.
Oh, I can't believe this. I can't believe you done this.
Oh, that's.
Everybody's been saying that over at my college, and I'm like, are you guys just now finding this 12-year-old video and like starting to repeat it?
Exactly.
Oh no!
All
I
right,
can't believe they've done
here.
this.
I'm gonna just throw this up there, and we'll just
Warrior who looks pretty powerful, but isn't.
here. It is the warrior who looks pretty powerful but isn't.
Yeah, at least Slush is, like, kind of playable. This is just bad.
Actually, I've heard people complain about Slush, like when he was doing those like videos on like just producing decks, and he made a Slush deck. Why was everybody so mad about it? I don't play the game, so I don't know what's good and bad.
I mean, Slush is the reason why Slush is bad, but not like the worst card in the game, is because it's a 1-star that has the lowest stats in the game
It
is
has
by
the lowest
far,
possible
you know?
stats in the game.
Wait. I'm trying to hear him. Hold on. You were saying
Okay,
so.
Slush has I
Can
think the
you,
lowest stats in the game, right?
Mango?
Yes.
Who's pissing?
What?
I thought it was you, Mango. It's Goku. It's Mozz. I swear to Spot, dude.
Mozz is muted.
Mozz was pissing in the mic.
Just now muted himself.
Yeah. God damn it.
Well,
Every
Are you
time.
talking about? Were you talking about me chugging my trail mix?
Oh,
That's
no.
probably what it was.
Okay. What were we
Oh,
talking
we're
about?
so sorry.
alright, so Slush.
We had such a good topic,
I like
such a good
slushies.
idea for a podcast, and shit. I am so sorry, Sophie.
Why?
Fine, bro. Fine. But so Slush, it is a 1-star, which means it costs 1, to play. Sindel creature, which automatically makes it terrible, because it was set 1. Like, it was just the fact that card existed was so bad back then. I mean, now back in the days, you had like nothing to use for planets. Kirroh, stop!
Stop! That's not cool!
What is he doing?
He put more Rule 34 in the chat!
Stop looking in
It's
the
the same
chat.
one. It's the same one as before.
I
Dude,
know!
can you like?
I
How
don't-
come I'm the one?
I still have
Everyone's like, oh,
object
kick him
permanence,
off.
Kirroh!
Yeah. And
No,
everyone
hold on, first of all,
else is
can I
just
say one
posting your
thing?
stuff in the chat.
Can I say one thing? These candles on the cake looks like cigarettes.
I don't care.
As an artist, I am offended by how shitty this drawing is.
I'm trying to scroll up past it, and it took like, oh my goodness.
You put it there!
I'm trying to scroll back past the other one.
Alright, so... No, don't. So, we were talking about Slush. Do we want to continue to talk about Slush, or do we want to move on to another topic?
I think let's
I
move
feel
on.
like Slush does need to be mentioned.
Alright, so we'll continue about Slush. Slush,
Alright,
it's a 1-star. What does it do?
It's a 10/10, which
It
is
has
the
the
lowest
worst
stats in the game.
possible stats in the game and no ability.
Yes.
But how-
Yeah, it does nothing.
Literally nothing?
Yeah,
nothing.
it literally does nothing.
So what
It's
drives
just
a
the
creator to
worst
make
card in
that?
the game.
What drives a creator to make that?
Um,
Like, I see so many people, like people who just make a card and go, yeah, it's not very good, and they put it down on their stack and they show off the next one. Like, when you get all those showcases and, you're like, hey, this is Block of Wood. It's a 0/1. It's not very good. Okay, next card. And it's like, you clearly made that just to just to fluff it up. What did you do that for?
Fluff.
I feel like most people probably think that it's a good idea to to fill their game up with some objectively bad cards. That way they can balance out the better cards by not overshowering them with more better cards. So I personally do not agree with that philosophy. If you're going to make a bad card, you shouldn't intentionally make it bad. It should just be a byproduct of like the stat combination.
Yeah, attempt to do something with your cards.
Or you could be like Yu-Gi-Oh and Ojamos. They're really shitty,
Mozz,
but they have a lot of good support.
your microphone sounds like the startup to Crazy Bus NES game.
Oh, I have Mozz muted. That's why I can't hear his ass.
Mozz, your microphone is...
Well, lava is called magma when underground.
I'd love to try to talk over you.
Kirroh said.
Okay, so I was saying you could just be like Yu-Gi-Oh with Ojama, like they're really crappy creatures.
I'm not giving you a shout out, Liz. This...
What?
My girlfriend's in the chat asking for a shout out.
I want to give a shout out to Lizzie.
It said
You know,
win.
Hi,
you my
it's
nigga.
Nice to meet, it's nice to meet you.
My
One
little
question.
nigga, know what I'm saying?
Why are you dating?
Can I get a little nigga in the chat, my guy?
You can get a
My
little...
girl, my guy.
Whoa.
Whoa, hold on, Mozz. What are we saying?
Okay.
Izzy, why are you dating?
Community
Okay,
Magic
that's
the
my question.
Gathering players ask the question: when will Alpha?
Okay, you're gonna get it.
Finish the sentence.
Is my mic
All right, Mozz.
still
I honestly, Mozz, the microphone. I swear.
I still have him muted. I'm not unmuting him. I'm not letting the beast infest my ears with its pestilence.
You have to give her a shout out, you dweeb.
Yeah.
How do I
Give her a
do
proper
that?
shout out.
Holy mother of all that is holy, Mozz. I swear.
No, I'm curious. Let me unmute him. Hey, Mozz.
Senpai.
What do you mute
She wants
him?
you to notice her.
And then he mutes himself.
Senpai.
You know what? K-Boomer.
Senpai.
Wait, was it on stream when you were asking people how
Senpai.
many polygons they had on their deck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Senpai.
Yeah, you
Senpai.
people definitely know you have 12 polygons on your dick.
Nice.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. What?
Senpai. Notice her.
What the fuck was that, Mozz?
Unfortunate, man.
Oh my.
I thought Mozz was taking a dump on stream. He's, for everybody who does not know this, Mozz has taken a piss at least 3 times on the chat before. Mozz, alright, look, pal.
Like,
I really hate to do... Okay, he left.
I disconnected him. It's okay.
That's kind of sucks, honestly.
Oh, dude, he's back. Ah!
It's probably not his mic, it's probably the fan in his bathroom.
He probably accidentally dropped it in the
It gets a
toilet.
little
Can
spicy.
we go to another topic, please?
Alright, yeah. So, hear me out. Zach can do whatever the hell he wants with this game, right? So, but it's bad to isolate yourself, like from criticism, from whatever. And I feel like, do you feel like Zach does isolate himself from like what other people think? Like he doesn't like
Yes.
change like
Yes.
a lot of things. So here's the thing. Why? Why isolate yourself from what people think?
I would say that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, well,
No, go ahead.
I'd say nobody likes to be wrong, and when people are blatantly like pointing out the things that you've done bad, obviously it can't feel like a good thing, especially if there are a lot of people saying the same things. So I feel like if he isolates himself, he doesn't have to see the negative criticism, and he can just assume that all of it is positive. You know, like what he doesn't know won't hurt him, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's my take on it. I don't know. What about you, Sylvan?
Well, honestly, I don't think he's really doing it on purpose. I just think that he's not the brightest bulb in the box when it comes to this sort of thing because he obviously is not very experienced in making card games. I mean, his first card game was Little Dudes. Let's be honest here. That was, you're not gonna lie, but it was not very
I
good.
forgot about Little Dudes.
Yeah.
That,
Little Dudes is the most balanced game he's making.
but he went from that to making this cool game about like, and that has this lore and whatever. But you don't make the cards balance at all, and then you don't like change the cards that need to be changed. That just doesn't seem right, you know?
Yeah, it seems pretty left.
Yeah. I mean,
Can I? I'm
can I
sorry.
just say something about this real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Mango.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, like with the most recent bans, everyone was saying pretty much I need to restrict or ban Pelfam because it was so and you cannot deal with it very reliably other than just killing it, you know. Which I mean you can do, but then you play like double wormhole, you can get them back. So you need to like ban that so that it's not a problem anymore and more decks can flourish.
Or
What
like,
he does is
yeah.
Yeah.
what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say like so. The only way, like you're saying, is either remove it or make other cards that like have similar effects to it, so you don't need to have Pelfam to literally play the game well. Like,
Yeah.
that's what they did. That's what they do all the time in Magic. They banned what's it called, Faithless Looting, specifically because there was no burn deck being run without Faithless Looting. That everybody was running it.
It was graveyard decks
Yeah.
that were running it. Burn decks didn't really care because
Well, yeah.
Burn deck is like one of the best decks now.
Like you had like Phoenix and stuff like that really cared about it.
You just completely died when they banned that.
Can I
With
go
the
back? I just
bannings,
want
everyone was saying
I'm sorry.
ban Pelfam.
Yeah. No, guys, let Mango talk. He's been trying to say stuff.
Oh yeah. No. Could you repeat
Repeat what?
the question? I'm so sorry.
Oh, well, what we're doing is we're talking about how we were talking about why we think Zach isolates himself from criticism, and we were talking about maybe he's not the brightest bulb in the box.
Okay, now I remember
and
what
then-
I was gonna say.
Then he was
What I
talking about.
gonna
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that the vibe that I kind of get from Zach was that he didn't really wanted the game to be big in the first place. He just
Yeah.
wants to create,
I feel like
and
we
that's the whole
definitely put a
mindset that he has.
burden.
Just let him create what he wants. You
Yeah.
know.
I definitely feel like the community puts a burden that he doesn't deserve. Like,
I honestly did not know that.
yeah.
That I mean, yeah, I can see that.
Can you imagine blowing up so fast you don't even know what's going on and everybody expects you to make more and
Yeah.
it's like all of a sudden there's a pressure on you that wasn't there before and it used to just be your hobby and now it's like, well, shit, I gotta put one out because everybody's gonna be mad at me if I don't.
50 million subscribers. I can't believe you done this.
Does he really have that many?
No.
No,
Oh,
He's probably at like 30,000 right now.
I think
Yeah.
it's like 25,000.
25? Okay.
yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
like
around
20.
there.
Let me
Can I
check.
continue?
Yeah, Mango.
Oh no, that's really I was just gonna say was that he.
Yeah.
And
I think a lot
his
of
mindset is that he wants to just create. You know.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He doesn't really want people telling him how to create something that he wants to do. Like he's not. I don't think he looks at Chaos Galaxy as a way to make money. It's just something that he likes to do, and he just have fun doing it. You know, and then you have all these people breathing down his neck.
so
You know, like you don't like people backseat. You know,
Yeah,
like, backseat driving. So
Yeah.
like, so why do you think people like and I know that some people do hate him, like legitimately have fury towards Zach, like they think he just holy spot, you can't say whatever. You can't say that in the chat, Mozz. Okay. But no, like, you know, some people legitimately give him hate. I don't like I have screenshots of like things that I found. I was like, oh shit, I gotta get this first. I don't know where I put it. Shoot, but oh fuck, my bad. I was bringing something up, and I don't even have the image.
We're
for
all
it.
lagging right now. It's okay.
Everyone's lagging right now.
But like, I've seen him get a lot of hate. He gets a lot of hate sometimes in the TCG server, like, oh, he doesn't upload, he doesn't care about the community, this and that. Tailsweet was a big proponent of. I remember I used to have a screenshot, and I'll find it. Like even if I show it on the next podcast, I have the screenshot where I was so appalled that Tailsweet was saying this, and he was saying that I wish Zach was a homophobe. Like part of me just in the back of my head wishes Zach was a homophobe, and that I could.
What the fuck?
Yeah. He was wishing that Zach was a homophobe, and he didn't say it outright, but I'm sure it was to just justify this irrational hatred that Tailsweet has towards Zach. Like Tailsweet is just one of those people who wants their game to get up and famous, like just in the public eye, like Zach's game is. And I feel like Tailsweet thought my game's better than Zach, and Zach is just a guy. Why is my game not famous? And I feel like
He's a player hater.
Yeah, and he just like, he's like, I need some way to process why I hate this person. So if he's a homophobe, then he's targeting me, and then I can hate him for that. But like otherwise, there's no rational reason to hate Zach. Zach is actually probably a pretty good person in real life. Like, what you can get, you only have what you get from his live streams and what you get from his videos, and he's a decent guy. He doesn't like say controversial stuff like we do.
He's a dude who likes memes.
Said a curse word once.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, he did. He said, oh, "Fuck, I can't believe you done this."
You fucking clown. The entirety of Sitting Bull's career.
No, isn't
I love you, Slothe.
Didn't Tailsweet talk? Because I know that Tailsweet talks shit about Chaos Galaxy, but also if he's ever acknowledged by Zach, he gets weft out of from it.
Yeah. Like totally. Like I don't know what it is. Is it's like fanboy like syndrome or whatever? Like
I hate you. Oh my god, I love you.
I don't know.
It's stupid, honestly.
I think Tailsweet is mentally unstable as it is, and I hope
we're going to need to make a Tailsweet specific.
I want to get him on the podcast.
So
I don't even know who it is.
Tailsweet? You don't know who Tailsweet is?
He made an LGBT card game.
Yeah.
And
It looks really cute though. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
I like pastel colors.
Sounds
and it's
like a
adorable.
dream.
His art has gotten better, but go on. I'm sorry, whoever I interrupted.
Right.
But like,
I'll continue then about what I was saying
yeah.
about before. So about how Zach like kind of shelters himself from the community. With the most recent bannings, he everyone was saying like ban or restrict Pelfam because Pelfam is like a really big problem, whatever. Like maybe don't ban it, but like restrict it so that it's not as big of a thing, and then people won't be like focused on that one card, and you have to put that one card in your deck all the time. But then like there's other cards too that people wanted to see gone as well, and Zach did do that. He restricted Blaze Elixir, so now like the real deal's barrel like mid-range deck that like really consistent on like killing you very quickly. That is like not as good anymore. Everything was really inconsistent now with those decks. But the one card everyone wanted him to see gone was Pelfam, and he didn't do anything with Pelfam. He did restrict Omnius, which is a 10-star with the highest stats in the game, but really that card wasn't. I mean, it wasn't an auto include in every deck because it wasn't the best in every deck.
Yeah.
Yes, but I feel like Omnius was still a warranted actual limit. On
Yeah, I do too. I do think it was.
Because mainly it was only ran in the Barrow control decks, and anything that directly benefits meta strategy but doesn't benefit anything else, I feel like should have limited.
Yeah, I do agree that it should have been restricted, and I'm glad that it was restricted because it was pretty bad in the meta. But it was still, they still didn't do anything. He still didn't do anything with Pelfam.
Well, so
Yeah, and
so
Telfam-
hear me out. So, what's the difference between a creator not listening to feedback from the community and having the final say in what happens to their game? Because at the end of the day, it's still his game, and he gets to make the rulings and he gets to make the choices about what happens to his game. So where do we draw the line as creators? And how do we weigh whether or not something is creative differences or valid critique from the community?
Here's the thing, like Zach is like not in the community whatsoever. He only pops in on the Discord once in a while.
I don't.
Last
blame
time
you.
he was on was like in the
once
summer.
every 3 months.
Yeah, once every 3 months when he is about to share some information. Last time he was on was with the bannings. That was the last time he was on, was to announce and like talk to the community about what should be banned. And he did listen, but he mostly just listened to Shulk Time. He didn't really listen to anyone else too much on that one. And I do think that he should have a final say, but he should be able to get a consensus from all like competitive current players, not just the one player that had the biggest say.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like there's actually two things wrong with the way he did things, because on this ban list, Pelfam was mentioned in everybody's like hypothetical thing and suggestions for Zach. Even Shulk Time, who had only to gain by leaving that card at 2 cards, due to it being part of the oppressive nature of his Barrow strategy and part of the reason why it was able to actually break the game. So he had no reason to want it to be lowered if he wanted to win. And this, I do actually respect Shulk Time for this a lot, because he actually was also a proponent of getting Pelfam either limited or banned, even though he stood only to gain from it staying at 2. So I do respect Shulk Time for that.
Every deck
However,
gained from it being at
the same time, you can't go based on the person who has the best deck in your game only, because
he
most
didn't
people
want
will
Omnius
probably
banned. He
want
did not
the
think
deck
that was
to be the best
justified.
deck. What'd you say? I didn't hear what you said.
He did not want Omnius to be restricted.
True.
Who's Zach?
Yeah.
He didn't want Omnius to be
Actually, I
restricted.
was the one that said that Omnius should be restricted, and thankfully we did listen to that. But most of the things that were banned were because of, most of the like things that happened were because of Shulk Time, and that's not really a good way of doing things, because
Liz, I love you.
people with the best decks
Like,
decks to
he's only-
gain the best deck. So if you ask the person with the best deck for their thoughts on the new ban list, obviously they're going to say that they don't want the cards in their deck to ban, or because that only makes them worse.
Yeah.
So I feel like Zach should have definitely done things a lot different when it came to like ban lists and stuff. And overall, even though you do have the final say as a creator, you should always at least try to listen to your community, and not like the direct opposite of what they want.
Or have an open mind to it,
Yeah.
or at least have an open mind to it,
So is this?
even if you don't listen. Try to think.
So do you guys feel like the ban list is a problem then? Because it sounds like there's a big list.
Ban list is not a problem, though.
But I feel like it is
Like
a
ban list-
problem. The ban list itself is not the problem, but the fact that his needs a ban list because of how broken it is, I feel like that is.
Because, like, Beast of the Black Hole, he knew that card was going to be really good.
Black hole.
Beast of the Black Hole.
Yeah. Beast
All
of
right.
the
So
Black
why
Hole.
don't you explain
Huh?
necessarily what that did to the game? So when an opponent creature would attack your
Ooh.
planet, kill all creatures in your opponent's battles. Oh no.
Yeah, basically it's a
sorry.
mirror force for Chaos.
So it's a
Yeah,
board
Mirror
wipe.
Force.
It's a oh my gosh.
Yeah, board wipe. It is a mirror force. What is what Kirroh said? Yes.
Yeah. Wow. So
Hey, can I? Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say you reached 100 subs. Congratulations.
I know! My girlfriend Liz subscribed and it bumped it over.
You went from
she's
97.
Epic.
she subscribed to me and it pushed me to 100.
Oh, that's why you. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what the weird whisper was. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Thank you, Liz. I love you. Mwah.
What in tarnation is going on?
She's my bomb ass Asian. I can't live without her.
Yes, I'm aware. I am aware. Yeah.
She's your boa. No, wait, no. Your ba.
A boa.
Your ba. Bomb ass Asian. Your ba.
So what, how do you get this tone deaf where you can make Beast of the Black Hole? It's clearly bad, like too good to be in the game. I don't even know how I see that it says really rare, Zach. I see it.
Also, he changed the rulings on activators, which also makes Beast way better than it was.
Really? Okay, explain
Yeah,
that.
you
How did activators work and then what
Now,
happened?
anything that would work against Beast of the Black Hole is basically shit.
Can you
So,
explain how activators do?
Okay, so previously, they would activate after the effect of a card, but they would stop the damage from the card when you take the attack, in Beast of the Black Hole's case, at least. So
like traps.
So with the previous ruling, there's a card in the game that basically, it's called Kaleidoscope Warriors. Actually, I have a picture of it.
Uh-huh.
Real quick. But basically what it does is it's a direct Beast of the Black Hole. That was a good thing until Zach made a new ruling that basically makes that card just terrible and not good at all for competitive play.
I mean, terrible is a little bit harsh in my opinion, but definitely is not as good as it was.
You have for a card that can't even serve its purpose in a deck. I'd say that's terrible, because, like, Kaleidoscope Warriors, what it did was it would remove an activator from your opponent's hand when it attacked. But now, when you're attacking into the black hole, they can activate Beast of the Black Hole in response, which will stop your Kaleidoscope Warriors from even being able to do its job, removing the black hole from your opponent.
Yeah.
Because basically, Beast of the Black Hole was, I think it was an idea that was supposed to limit the effects of aggro play in Chaos Galaxy due to the game being so slow naturally that Barrow decks are essentially able to win because they can do everything that other decks can do but for cheaper, which just naturally makes it faster. So in set 2, he made Beast of the Black Hole, which I think was to combat that, but then it obviously became a problem after set 2, immediately after its release, basically. And then in set 3, he tried to make a card that was going to stop it from having that much of a lasting effect. But then in doing so, he had to create a new ruling, and then that new ruling basically defeated the purpose of even creating that card in the first.
Well,
Really wasn't Kaleidoscope that caused that ruling. It was the fact he made a counterspell in the game.
But okay, so does he not test his cards? Because this would be a genuine critique that I have for Zach. I think most of the time I brush it to the side and I go, whatever. You know, he makes some weird design choices, things like that. But does he actually play test his cards before he releases them?
Technically, yes.
He does.
Really? How does he not
Yeah.
find this stuff?
With only like one planet, though. Well, no, 2
Well,
planets.
I mean, I feel like either he just blatantly does not test his stuff, or the stuff that he does test, he just doesn't test it in the same
Thoroughly.
way like players would test it. So rather than testing like strategies that you wouldn't really think of necessarily at the beginning, he doesn't do extensive testing. If he does do testing, that's what I'm trying to get at. So he
Yeah.
just like tests like basic stuff like Meltalon upside down realm. Like he thinks that is a good combo, even though you would have
It's
to
not.
draw in both of those cards, which instantly makes it bad because it's a slow combo that is easily taken out with other cards in the game.
Mhm.
Basically, because of his philosophy in testing, if he even does test like that, then that's probably why most of these cards do end up being broken and are not really as fair as they should be.
Remember when Blaze Elixir could attach to any creature?
Wait, say that again?
Only twice.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
So you guys mentioned
Boomers.
attachable. You guys mentioned like attachments. What was that all about?
Attachments
Can I explain this
are
one?
essentially trash.
Hmm.
Aside from a few of them are quite broken.
A few of them are broken. The rest are trash.
Yeah, the ones that are good are extremely good, and the ones that are not are just overly
Trash.
bad and have no reason to be actual.
Can I say these, Kirroh?
Hmm?
Can I say these cards?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so the ones that are broken are Blaze Elixir, Eternity Amulet, and the new one that's coming out, Copex Helmet. Those are like the biggest, best ones, in my
Is
opinion.
Copex helmet an attack? Oh yeah, it is.
Copex is broken.
What does it do?
Okay, so
Basically, it takes the ability from any one card, and then when that card dies, you put the helmet back into your hand, and then it puts it onto whatever card you play afterward.
So there's this card
Some
called
cards
Point Phantom.
Okay.
You could take Pelfam's ability and then put it onto a slush, and although slush would normally be the worst card in the game, with Kopech's helmet on it, it immediately becomes the best.
No, that wouldn't work. I don't think, right? Because you'd have to attach the helmet to the slush, so it wouldn't do anything.
I mean, but you're probably right on
Yeah.
that actually.
What I was
Would it
thinking,
just the effect of Pelfam and then activate when the Copex entered.
All right.
no, that
I-
doesn't.
I-
No,
So-
you have to.
I am
attach
so
the-
lost right
Okay.
now.
Hold on. This is a lot of.
Basically,
Wait.
you get to copy the ability of any creature that you've played, and then play it onto another creature.
So
When
what you're saying is it wouldn't work because it's an enter the battlefield effect and it's already on the battlefield.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Yeah. So it wouldn't work. But
Yeah.
like, so if you guys could create a card, just a single Chaos Galaxy card that you feel like would fix problems that need to be fixed, something. If you feel like you could create a card that would make a planet more interesting or would counteract an effect that you think is toxic in the game, what card would you make?
you can go first with this one, so
This is kind of a difficult question because I am not. I mean, I know I'm making my own game and everything, but when it comes to Chaos Galaxy, my idea is they're always like too broken for the game. So, like, except for the counterspell one, apparently that one's good enough to be played. But I don't know. I have like one idea was like a Shadowborn Apostle or Rat Colony type ability, where you could have as many of them as you want in a deck, and then you can like something happens when you have a certain number of them. But that would be stupid. I don't have any good ideas for cards that would fix what's currently broken in the meta.
Would you just say that in order to fix the game, you just need a better ban list?
We need to ban more cards, but the problem is, if you ban more cards, then that's like this is a very
Okay,
small
no
game.
I kind of abhor the idea of a ban list in a homemade TCG card game to begin with, because you as a creator have the ability to test as much as you want before you make the cards official. And you have the ability to have so many people test the game for you and say, hey, this is too much, this is too little.
That's what I'm doing with my game right now. I had nerf 6 cards because they were all broken. So
Sorry. What's going on now? I hear this giggling. Is your girlfriend distracted?
My girlfriend is my girlfriend is texting me. She's about to murder Sir Goldelot. She's very aggressive.
Why?
Because he's talking mad trash.
He needs to chill. He's actually the Chad of this podcast.
I take
like MTG.
Chad.
That is so true.
Chad is not an insult to me. I'm sorry.
You fucking Chad.
You're either a Chad or you're a fucking virgin. That's how it is.
Yeah, exactly. Virginity.
Everybody.
Eyes of the Lord.
By the way, have you guys ever seen the Virgin Chaos Galaxy player and the Chad Oversoul player meme?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yes.
And somebody compare. There seems to be a lot of memes where they compare Chaos Galaxy to Oversoul, and it's just it's perfect.
I think eventually we're gonna have to get Sir Goldelot on. I feel like he's an informed TCG member though. Like
he is.
Yeah, I always enjoy having him in the chat. If anybody feels like that I don't know what I'm talking about, it's because I've not played Chaos Galaxy.
I played it maybe once or twice, honestly. That's it.
That's why we invited guests on to talk about Chaos Galaxy.
Yes.
Specifically because we need people who know what they're talking about. I'm also a very busy person, but I still want to run this podcast.
I want to say, so let's say one day Zach magically just comes up and says, hey, I want to listen to you guys. Tell me what you think I should do, right or wrong, or anything like that. Or what if, or something. If somebody suggests this, do you think that sort of kind of reboot for Chaos Galaxy, kind of like what Vanguard kind of did, if you guys are familiar with Vanguard?
Absolutely. I think a reboot is a great idea. Like if your game is in
same planets but different abilities.
If your game is in that much of the shitter, but like you're so iconic that it's like, you know what, the fans are crying out for something new, do it. I think don't be afraid to experiment with that kind of thing. I think everybody goes through that with their game at some point or another, whether or not you've produced it or not.
I went through mine a bit ago.
Yeah. And my game is going through a huge rework right now. I hate that Mango DM'd me today and said, hey, bro, somebody has a game called Horizon 2. And I was like, all right, that's okay. I'm not going to turf war over this. And then I check out the website that this guy has built. He's built a website, by the way. He's been doing this from May 2016, like basically the exact same month that I started making this game. And it infuriates me because I do not have records dating back to that point. I probably have stuff dating back to like 2017 August, maybe like May 2017 August.
Oh man, pobrecito.
I'm not changing anything. And the thing is he's probably not even aware of my presence either. And I don't care what he does. He stays over here. I stay over here. He can make money off of his game. I don't care about making money off my game. That's never been a dream for me. It's always just been to get it out there and like have people enjoy it. Like,
well, I do worry though. Like, what if he decides to be one of those guys? Hey, cease and desist. I don't like you having the same name.
Then it's kind of a big whoop because
just say okay, boomer.
Yeah, exactly. That's it's like legit I'm not trying to make money off of this, and he and I have been doing it for roughly about the same amount of time. I was not aware of his presence until today. There's no way for him to sue me or make a big deal about it because I arguably have a greater presence in the TCG community. Arguably. But like that's
Arguably.
yeah, that's arguably. He could be some big guy and I don't know.
Back.
Hello, Kirroh. We were just
think I need
talking
to
about
take
the
a
polygons. Oh my gosh.
So-
can we be You better not
I do
take
want
it
to
in the
ask
bathroom.
though, for us, like I already got a small certificate for everyone, like Slothe and Bros here. When they get their game up and ready and stuff like that, and they end up getting their own kind of communities going. How what do you think that we can do to kind of like avoid where Zach is in with his community at the moment?
Yeah, Zach has a very volatile community, and I think this. It's
A lot
just
of his community is children. To be honest here.
Oh, true.
yeah.
I look in the comments, it's all like, "How do you make a good TCG, bro?" Or like,
Make
"This
this
video
next.
is so good."
Yeah.
Or like, "Are you
Say
my
what,
dad?" Something like that. It's like,
I'm sorry.
You
What
are my
happened?
dad. You're my dad.
Oh yeah, somebody's in my server calling me his daddy.
Well, that's
Well, I
No.
mean,
that's too much information.
Yeah.
Mango is dad, and then someone else's Mango is dad is dad. I don't know how to
Mango is
feel about
Father,
Alright, so-
Son, and
so-
Holy Spirit.
well, you can easily tell whose children. Like, what? For example, on one of his videos, he introduced like some new cards. This is like a year ago.
Uh-huh.
I went back and looked in the video. I commented on it, even though it was like over a year old. And one of the comments I saw was, "This card's so broken, man! Because it like takes their zone. Because like you can buy zones or whatever, and you can take a zone they buy
Uh-huh.
from them. But the thing is that card is actually terrible because zones like, doesn't do anything. It doesn't like yeah, it prohibits them for like a turn, but after that turn, like they're still gonna do whatever they're gonna do. It's just gonna like
Everything that
solve
does
them for a turn.
Yeah.
And I commented to that post over a year ago. I was like, actually, no. And
Oh my
Silly.
gosh.
I haven't gotten a response yet, but it's so dumb.
I feel okay. So how do you make a strong fan base and not get somebody like Sylvan in your comments going, actually.
Actually,
I do. I do that.
Oh my gosh.
actually.
I do that.
show that you're big.
Here's another thing. People have been commenting on his newest videos about how they love Galaxy Rock, and I'm so pissed. Like Galaxy Rock isn't good. Stop it.
I think
Can we also bring up the fact that his game, the galaxy, isn't even a galaxy; it's a solar system?
Yes.
I forgot about that.
More on what Sylvan was saying about Galaxy Rock
Mhm.
is that you can tell that some people in the community are obviously children, because the people thought that Galaxy Rock was underpowered because it was a 6-star with 50 and then 350 as its stats. Normally a 6-star would have 300 stats, but the ability gave it the effect to once per turn change into any planet of your choice.
What?
So obviously a child would just think that well, this does not have the same like stat amount as something else that's a 6-star. This is obviously underpowered. We need more health on this. Even though
Oh my god!
you
Well,
like, look into it more extensively would see that that's basically a 4-point beat stick for Barrow and doesn't work
Technically, a
very
6-star
well for
stat.
anything else. And the us competitive players, we were trying to ask him to nerf the card, but by the time that set 3 actually released,
Well, there you go. Like, here's the thing. I think we've hit it on the head is Zach has to choose between his competitive players and his main audience, which is children.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate thing is like he's got some dweebs who are really, really into his game and want him to balance it out. And then you've got the main portion of his audience is children.
With the kids who don't actually play the game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
but like, so how do you create an environment? So we've already discussed this. Mr. Monster has a bad community. Just we've already discussed that into the ground. So how do you avoid getting a volatile community? How do you is there a way to appeal to competitive and casual players without destroying your game?
Bro, just stop making children. If there's no children, there's no problem.
Would anybody like to counter argument that?
Replace it with puppies. Remember Boss Baby?
All right, you're right.
I feel like the way to actually balance it out is to... His game is simple enough to where no matter how he does things, children will still probably be able to play it and still like it.
He has an art style that's easy to latch on, like just anybody.
Yeah.
And another thing that I want to mention...
It's kind of like the dad bod of art styles in the community.
The what?
The dad bod of art styles. It's like,
what's the dad bod?
Yes, that's amazing.
It's like I'm comfortable and I can settle down with this. It doesn't make me insecure.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
So like, I feel like if you went for a more competitive focused designing thing, because the way that I see it, you should always lean more closely to the people who actually play your game rather than the people who just watch your game. Because although, yes, you're appealing to more people if you get to the people who actually watch the game, but then those people won't actually play the game. So if you do end up making some type of money off of this, you should... I'm not trying to say this like to basically sell yourself out, but obviously it makes more sense to apply to the people who actually play the game. So if you went with a more competitive like approach, then you can make more people happy, because the people who don't play the game, they'll still be interested because you're still putting out content. But then the people who actually do play the game, they'll also be happy because your game is balanced and they won't be complaining about how trash it is compared to like other TCGs, for example.
Yeah.
Like in the balancing department.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
No.
Say what?
So, I this is an estimate, but I think only out of his like 25,000 subscribers, only like 150 actually play the game.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty real.
I'm sorry I did not hear you.
Yeah, he's saying... Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Out of his 25,000 subscribers, only like 150 actually play the game. And out of that, only like 25 actually play competitively. Which is like me, Kirroh, and like everyone else on the server who's active, and or at least semi-active. Like, there's a lot of people. There's like over 150 people on that server.
Bro, I'm so sorry. I gotta poop.
Go. Just mute the mic and go. Don't announce it.
Do you think that
I've been doing that for the last like 20 minutes. Come on.
Do you think a way to kind of fix that problem would kind of acknowledge the competitive a bit more, like to push more for that?
Please.
Definitely. And I feel like, because I'd say that he's trying to, but at the same time, he doesn't really know much about anything really about the competitive side of his game at all. So he pretends like he knows stuff, and then to a competitive player, it's kind of cringy when he's talking about certain cards being played in every competitive deck that aren't actually run at all. So,
but I would say to that, I'm sorry, go on.
So I feel like, yes, it is a good thing to try to push competitive for your game, but before you can even take that step, you have to make the step to actually learn about competitive in your game.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
Everybody apologize.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry for the dad bod.
No. No, your art style makes me insecure.
Does it really? It's not that
No, it doesn't. Actually, dude, I love your art style, honestly.
Yay!
Like,
You know what? Let's just like plug my game real quick,
Yeah,
and
let's-
you can
let's-
show.
Sin
a
Mango
card,
is poor. Let's just point that out. He was just literally crying to me the other day.
Shut the fuck up.
Where
Shut the fuck up.
He was like,
Shut the.
I need people to buy my art or I won't be able to fund my body pillow collection. And it's just like, man, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard. So like, everybody please buy art.
We're gonna
in
go.
Mango.
I'm gonna send one of the cute. I actually sent it in podcast topics accidentally.
What?
I'm sending the cutest card in the game,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Bro,
So if you wanna just flash that in the
how he
stream,
felt bad
yeah.
because somebody bought him a Nami pillow. And he didn't want them to waste their money on giving him a pillow.
Even though I was gonna jerk off to it later. I mean,
my Nami pillow's got a Nicolas Cage on it. Just like,
oh shit.
yeah.
Is he shirtless?
Well, Nami is.
Personally, mine has a self-portrait of Slush.
Slush.
Self-portrait. Oh my god. There it is. I sent it.
Alright, hold up. Oh, it's Mellow Melon.
Yeah. Another thing though, I kind of, because you're competitive and Zach not knowing much about the competitive side. I kind of feel like I also kind of have that problem. The fact that I would say I'm semi-competitive, but I'm a lot more casual, and it's kind of hard to kind of see things in different ways than the way that a competitive player would see something. So kind of, I guess I would say it's kind of hard for card design. When designing cards, which I feel like what Zach should do though for that is kind of like what I kind of do. Since the set one of my game isn't out yet, the cards that I put on Untapped, they're technically still being play tested by you guys. And the feedback I get, what I feel, and from what you guys are saying, I'll change it depending. For example, like Bubble Vortex was a very bad card. It wasn't bad. It was really good. It created a loop that was very bad for the game. So I kind of changed it in a way that I wanted to, that'll fit for future cards that I want to make for it. And I feel like Zach should do that. Just spend a bit more time with his community, especially for the ones that play on Untapped.
Yeah.
Put the cards up there, let them play test before the set is released on the Game Crafter. And
so like a community
do that.
day? Like, that sounds super cool.
It could be cool.
That sounds really cool.
As it stands now, I mean, I know he's a busy guy.
Yeah. College
Yeah.
obliterates your schedule. Like, I thought I was gonna have time for my game when I started college, and I was like, I'll be back,
Get
guys.
wrecked.
I'll be back, guys. I'm just getting used to this first semester. It's like, fuck you.
How many more years for you?
Me? Gosh, I'm next semester is my last in community college, and then I go to 2 more in university. At least. And then I get my job. I'm going to college to be a teacher.
Oh, really?
Nice.
What kind?
They can't find this podcast. We'll burn it to the ground.
What kind of teacher?
History.
Great.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Of course.
Cringe.
Don't teach them that bullshit that's in the fucking text. Teach them the real history.
The one with the N-words?
Jim, how
Yes.
Oh, look at the meme I sent in the sideboard chat room on the.
That was like...
What happened?
Everybody hurts me. Everybody's
I- I-
putting me in pain.
What happened?
This I don't.
Bouncing 2 spells back to the hand with bouncing an Oak Knight with a mellow. Yes. Yeah. God bless America.
I am proud of this meme.
Oh my god.
But are you proud of yourself?
Yes.
All right. A little bit narcissistic. I didn't know that. We wouldn't have let you on. We only
I
get
don't like it narcissistic.
a.
I'm only proud that I was able to contribute in such a meme.
So you guys gave us a bunch of cards that you wanted us to talk about.
Yep.
Would everybody feel comfortable with going through some cards and like saying what you hate about it or what you would change or yada yada yada?
Yep. Let's do it.
All right. Number 1, Galaxy Rock. So we've gone through some of this stuff.
Rock. Let's go.
Yeah, this is
Galaxy Rock.
yeah. We already went over it.
That's super rare of the set.
Yeah. All right, so we'll just skip over that. Beast of the Black Hole, we went over. Oh, Diamond Izzard. Oh, if only Slothe were here to rant about this.
This
The
one
diamond
wasn't.
center.
Slothe just wanted to say that it doesn't really look like diamonds. It's more like a rock lizard.
It's pretty
So-
pissy pick. All right.
that was kind of anal, honestly.
Are you talking to me? I'm sorry.
No, I was saying that Slothe was just being kind of anal
Yeah.
by talking about how it didn't look like diamonds.
All right, so we got Guster.
Guster.
Beside being a... Oh my goodness, so many holes.
So many holes you don't know which one to fill.
It's hard, boys. It's November.
It's no way.
Hey, you should look in the chat,
Sylvan, you wanna?
in the live chat.
I wish bros would get laid. It is sad seeing him pretend to be... I'm jumping between accounts, boys.
Yeah. My goodness. That's
Oh man.
So, when this creature is cosplayed... What the heck is a cosplay?
Okay, so there's 2 different types of playing creatures. Cosplay is paying the cost for a creature.
So it's a hard cast, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Playing is not paying the cost for a creature.
Okay.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Continue.
Yeah, basically there's special summoning in the game. It's
Cool. So basically, when you cosplay it, you can remove any 1 empty zone from your opponent's planet. Oof. Nasty.
It
Is
is. And it's
It's
a
like a
really
fake-
oppressive card because in certain decks it can really be abused, and then in other ones it really can't. So I wouldn't say that it's entirely broken since not every deck can utilize it, but the ones that do only can really benefit from it, and that's not a good thing because of the benefit that they get is huge. Especially if your opponent is already losing, you can essentially
Steamroll them.
yeah, basically.
So
they have no-
it looks like removal is a huge problem in Chaos Galaxy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Since
lack
there's not a lot
thereof,
of cards
honestly.
that do have removal, the cards with removal are extremely powerful.
So how would you fix that? Putting more removal in the game, or
Yeah.
I think creatures
I
that
feel
deny
like-
removal would be my thing.
so?
Then those would be broken.
If the
So
game
maybe
was
not that.
filled with more removal, and then coming with more removal, you also need better creatures that are able to actually outlive the removal.
Mhm.
Do,
You need more removal to
because-
deal with those. It just keeps going on, really.
Yeah. So
So he's
there
just
needs to
dug
be
himself
more-
into a corner.
Is
Yeah,
the meta
basically.
aggro or what is it?
No.
No,
What
the
is-
meta is not
what is the
aggro.
meta?
It's like weird because you're playing a control list that isn't really control. You're just using all the removal at your disposal. It's
Kirroh was making
basically
a control list, right? You were gonna make a all resource deck, right?
yeah, I was actually. That would have been funny, but there's not enough actual good resources to play them. I mean, to play an all resource deck. So the meta is that it's weird because you're being oppressive, but also being aggro at the same time. So it's like the decks that are able to play the best control-y stuff that also gets points for cheap are
Yeah.
the ones that dominate, and that just happens to be Barrow because they
All
have
Barrow.
the ability to swap basically your attack and defense, block pretty much everything and live, and then also remove pretty much everything.
So we've non-stop talked about how aggro is a problem on the podcast, but do you think then that maybe Chaos Galaxy could actually stand to have some aggro?
Yeah, actually.
My deck,
it probably would be
Shios Blue was actually really aggro.
good
And it
What was
does
really aggro?
decently well.
Shiosk.
Zoo.
Yeah, Shios is pretty aggro.
Unless
The decks that want to be aggro, they're just not fast enough, which it seems weird to say, but the decks that really don't have all of the control at their disposal, they have to basically be aggro. But the way that Zach has built them up, they don't have the speed that they need.
So you would say Tempo?
For example, in my
Tempo
lithium deck that I would run, it was sort of mid-range because it played like the control decks in Chaos Galaxy, but they're not really control. They are basically just mid-range. But that strategy is supposed to be like, it's supposed to basically steamroll my opponent. So like I'm being aggro while also stopping you from doing anything to stop me from being aggro. But I have to draw into certain cards to be able to start that chain. And it's weird because basically the only real card that enabled me to do it was at a 2 of, and that was Duple Drop, which circles back to Zach's like bad design philosophy with not being able to deliver on the card support that each planet needs, rather than, I mean, except just like Barrow. So it's just like an endless loop of bad card design coming back and biting him in other areas of card design, and it's just bad.
So
Elysium really just got like the worst planet in set 3, honestly. Elysium's like the worst in set 3.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd say Polysium is pretty bad. Like, there's obviously something wrong when the best support that you get is literally a neutral card.
Yeah, that is a very big feels moment.
Yeah. Yeah. That's...
Roka gets a card better than you. Roka gets better cards than you.
What does?
Roka.
What?
Alright, you just went up there.
Alright.
Roka.
Alright, I'm gonna head out.
So,
Roka.
what's up with Uram, King of the Night Jungle? Because I know you guys were talking about jungle deck. Is this what, like, pivots on jungle decks?
Not. It's not. They don't need him, but he is very good.
The thing that I wanted to talk about with Uram is not actually him being a bad thing, but the bad part being that more cards aren't designed the way he is. He's the boss creature for an archetype. He completely embodies what that archetype should do. He also has some form of protection to keep himself viable in a controlly type of meta. And then he just doesn't like counteract the rest of his strategy, and he's actually a pretty fast card, which is very different from any of the other boss creatures in Chaos Galaxy, and I feel like that as a whole should be changed.
So I don't want to repeat what you just said. I don't want to. I want to validate what you're talking about, but I don't want to go. So what you're saying is that he should make more cards like this. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm.
Yeah. So who would you go about changing? Like, what boss card would you go about changing first?
First, I would change Cranchon. Cranchon is really the only viable boss creature for Polysium in being the only one that doesn't require you to use the worst archetype in the game in order to play it. So, for Uram, I would personally make him have an effect that allows you to stop him from dying once by discarding a certain card from your hand, whether it be a Polysium creature or whatever. That would definitely benefit the deck. But also, I feel like if for Polysium, they also need more cards like Duple Drop that allow you to get their ability off without having to draw into and pay for enough zones to have multiple Polysium creatures out on the field and even be able to get their ability. So, yeah, there's that. And then for Roka, I don't really know about Roka. He really
Roka is just non-existent right now.
good for them.
Roka is the meme planet.
Yeah, basically. If you lose to Roka, you should just not play Chaos.
Roka actually won the very first tournament, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Roka.
It did.
Well,
no one saw it coming.
Gray actually piloted that.
so I guess we can move on to Day if you want. What's the problem with Day? Is he just too vanilla?
He's just too good.
No, he's not too vanilla. Actually, the problem with De is the fact that, so because he has such a high power and such a high health and such a low cost, and the fact that he works with Barrow, basically you get to pay half as much as any boss creature in the game and kill it with De.
Rag.
Anything weaker than those boss creatures also coincidentally would get also obviously would get killed by De as well, which allows Barrow to steamroll because once they put De out, you can't really do anything against him except put out an Omnius maybe, or if you're playing Night Jungle, Uram also lives to De's might. But basically, yeah, it's another example of just bad card design.
Yeah.
Slothe, I know I gave you unofficial permission to do that, but
No, that time it was an accident. I swear to God. I swear to God, that time it was an
You have
actual
yet
accident.
to give me a reason to believe.
Okay.
Dead.
Can I hit something real quick?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Galaxy Rock
Yeah.
is basically 6-star De.
Yeah, basically. And that was the problem that most competitive players had with the card, is that he's just making a essentially better version of an already broken card, and he doesn't even realize it. And then, just to make matters worse, he was even thinking about making that card even better as a Barrow card, which only contributes to the steamrolling of the deck, and it's just not a good thing at all.
Like, why would he even think that like buffing the health was a good idea? Were people in the comments just like, oh, please, Zach, please buff the card, please, oh.
Zachy Daddy, please.
Actually, yes, I think, I believe there were actually quite a bit of people that were saying that the health was too low.
They're at it again with their iPhones and their tablets.
Okay, boomer.
Back in my day, tablets were something we swallowed.
Ew.
Oh,
The whole
obviously,
thing?
then again, just people who don't play the game trying to put in their 2 cents, and it honestly does not help a creator to add that like stress of who do I side with.
Hmm.
That's not a good thing.
I mean, this all comes back around to the whole where do you decide creative differences or critique? Because I've had people suggest that I stop making proxies on note cards before. Like as if it mattered, like what paper I was doing my proxies on.
Yeah.
On what?
My
Nope.
on note cards.
Milk cards? What?
Yeah, like what I do is I take a note card and I chop it down the middle,
Ah.
and I just use that as my temporary card, while I'm testing stuff, proxies.
That's what I did. That's what I do.
I know, it's a
I
really
just
easy
cut up
thing, and
pieces of
somebody was
paper.
like talking mad shit about like, oh, this is a card printing on cardstock is a better way, and it's like,
I'm like, nigga, you
I
got
don't-
money?
I don't live on the top of the mountain, kid. Money means something to me down here on Earth. I don't know.
I kind of wanted to say something. I feel like it's a bit off topic though.
Yeah, I've got parallel
It's
universe on the
it's
screen.
still
We're
on
not even
topic.
talking
It
about
still
it.
has to do with
Yeah.
Chaos Galaxy, but I was gonna say something. Have you guys because I already know that you guys aren't gonna get through to Zach with certain things, but
Yeah. I don't
Have
think
you
this whole
guys
thing
ever
will get
thought
through with Zach.
I'm sorry, what?
This whole thing won't get through with Zach. I love him to death, but
yeah,
very deaf
But,
to what the community says.
he is. But you guys ever thought about doing what kind of like with the MTG kind of community kind of does, creating your own formats and doing your own kind of thing, coming to a decision with the community, figuring out what should be banned in said format. Like for example, you guys could do like a sort of a double planet format, but you guys can come to a conclusion on what combinations should be banned.
Mango, have we ever
And what-
told you how smart you are? Gosh, that's such a good idea.
In my game, we've actually tested out playing with more than 2 people, and it actually works fine. It's actually really fun.
Wow. Are you guys down for that? Creating your own version of the way to play Chaos Galaxy?
I've only
I'd
tried
say
doing that
I'd
like
say
once,
yes,
but-
if I were still as inclined to play the game as I was back in April.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing. Someone already did that.
Really?
What, like a double planet
Oh
format?
yeah, true. Somebody
Not
did
like
do
double
that.
flat planet, but like, so the real deal. He won one of the contests for the art of Chaos Galaxy cards.
Uh-huh.
He made a format. I think he passed it with Zach, but I don't know. Where it's basically like sealed in Magic,
Hmm.
where you take packs and then you make a deck with the packs. That's
Yeah.
in Chaos Chronicles. But that died in like the first week because he had to go take SATs in Thailand or whatever.
Yeah.
So he had to take a
For
exam.
that,
And
there
that's
was
that's what killed the game.
Hmm?
That's like no one was playing competitive at all, and that just killed everything.
yeah.
I may be so inclined. I may even suggest that Chaos Chronicles killed Chaos Galaxy. That's probably too harsh, honestly.
Hmm.
Chaos Chronicles what?
Old Chaos Galaxy,
Killed it?
maybe, but that's probably too harsh.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So what?
I don't know. Even before the Chaos Chronicles by Death, there was about 2 or a year and a half ago when Zach made his first ban list for the game.
That was
I
absolutely.
remember
all
that.
What?
No, I was just saying I remember that. I was a
Oh.
watcher around that time.
Yeah, he had already had a fan made ban list on the Chaos Galaxy Reddit, which actually would have been a lot better than the current ban. And I don't know why he didn't take some inspiration from that with his ban list that he had made. It still wouldn't have been like fully good by today's standards in Chaos Galaxy decks, which is kind of weird to think of. But yeah, there'd already been something like that to an extent, and nobody really went by it because that person was not on the Discord. So if people on the Discord were to do something like that, I don't really know how it would go, and I would be up for doing it. But I'm just not inclined to play the game.
You're not motivated to play the game.
So,
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
So, do you guys feel like the pacing of the game is off? Like, I know that there are some games like Risk and Monopoly or whatever you want to list.
It's too long.
There are slow games and there are quick games, and Zach's game is most certainly a slow game from what I hear. Do you feel like? Do you feel like if you're going to play Chaos Galaxy, that it's just something you have to deal with, something you have to be prepared with? Are slow games still fun? Or do you feel like Zach should find a way to kind of like cut down how much happens in a turn and how many turns there are?
Well, for me, I mean, I only started playing since like April. That's when I started the game, around there. And for me, the very first games I played lasted close to an hour.
Oof.
For an
hour?
Yeah, yes, an hour. For new players, that is not gonna cut it. Not gonna probably that. Also, a thing that I'm pissed about: there is no decking rule.
Oh,
Decking?
Really?
What do you mean?
No deck
There's
out.
no rule.
No
for that.
deck out, or how many cards you can
No
have a
deck
deck?
out.
Oh, gross.
No deck out. Yeah, so I built an entire deck around milling your opponent, and when I found out that you couldn't mill your opponent, I was so angry. I was like, why isn't this a thing? Also, I was playing against Shulk Time, I think, for like one of my first ever games. He drew his, he had like 20 cards in his hand or whatever, and he had like no deck, and I lost that game.
Oh, I
There's
remember
no hand
that.
that's in the idol.
Oh yeah, card advantage.
Yeah, but there's like no card advantage in the game though. That's the thing. Like I know I was playing like one of the worst decks.
Overtime.
I was playing Sindel at the in that game, but it was still so crappy because I felt so bad after that because Shulk just had an entire hand. He was doing nothing. He played like one card a turn, and he had a
And he didn't
10-card hand and no
Steam
cards in his deck. And I pretty much just gave up that game.
All right.
So
No, I'm sorry. That was yeah. Go ahead.
yeah,
So,
that's all I
like,
gotta say.
what's your sweet spot then? Like, how long do you feel like the average card game should go for?
Well, some games I played a game against De where he won in like 3 minutes.
Nice. That's
Yes.
as aggro as it gets.
That's the fastest the game can end. That was like turn 6. That was the fastest. Games can go to like turn 50 or whatever.
Ooh.
Ew.
Yeah.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah, the game is it's honestly way slower than it has to be. He said that it was one of the things that Zach said when he first started his channel is that he wanted to make this game as a way to like basically balance out Yu-Gi-Oh as his own kind of game.
But
because
Yu-Gi-Oh does
like,
go pretty fast.
Yeah, but then he made it exceptionally slow and is going to ultimately go down the same path as Yu-Gi-Oh if things continue the way they are, because currently nobody likes how slow it goes, and he's going to have to try to make it faster to keep appealing to people. And then when he does that, he's going to end up making cards that are strictly better than other cards in the game, which is kind of exactly what Yu-Gi-Oh does, honestly.
Oh,
But-
and then he can ban all the cards.
All the cards.
How come he doesn't just ban everything and then start again?
Honestly, what we need is only one deck that is legal, and only the cards in that deck should be legal. That way the game will be 100% fair, and nobody can ever say that it's not fair because everybody has to use the exact same cards.
Quality.
I love playing poker.
You know what you could do?
Which is basically what happens every time he buffs Barrow.
This is okay. This is what I would do if I were Zach. I would stop, and I would walk away from the solar system, and I'd make a new set of planets, a new set of ideas, and do it right, or like start doing something different.
For the fire planet,
That
we
could
call
be a
it
different,
Taco
whole entire
Bell.
different format.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Shulk Time said
you
that
can't just
Chaos
call it Taco Bell. You have to go Takakabeel.
Taco Bolus.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right, guys.
Taco Bill.
Takakabeel.
That could
comment on
be
the
a whole
stream.
different type. Oh, I'm sorry.
He said Chaos Galaxy is very fun, but the community kind of sucks.
Sure.
And what I have to say to you, Shulk
Dude,
Time,
chat,
is
bro. Pog champ,
started
Showtime, please try out my game. Thank you.
Shulk.
Showtime. Did you
Wait.
do what I said?
Wait, is
Sorry,
Kirroh
listen,
saying
no.
words? What?
Okay, everyone, shut the fuck up.
Can I suck
Organize
your- can I suck your
ourselves.
dick?
Alright. So Shulk Time said the community for the game sucks, but the game is really fun. I said, kid, you just started talking to girls like a week ago.
Yeah, that's pretty good for 22.
I'm gonna agree with him. I think Chaos Galaxy is fun. My only problem from when I did try it, it was very, very slow. And I felt like from what I have seen, from his videos and stuff, even though I had stopped watching his videos, it didn't seem like he was creating cards to make the go faster. And I think that the whole sort of gaining a point kind of thing, and the whole because first of all, I think that the battle zones are kind of useless. I kind of think that a monster and battle zone should be the same type of thing. There are some things that shouldn't be in the game to make it kind of work faster, but still not as fast as you get.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good way of thinking about stuff. I also feel like currently, without the card KO, Galaxy would essentially be old Yu-Gi-Oh, where basically the strongest monster would win, and you can't do shit about it. Like
Wanna fight?
Brings the old Yu-Gi-Oh deck to a Chaos Galaxy tournament.
I'm sorry, what?
He said brings the old
back to
Yu-Gi-Oh
Chaos
deck to a
Galaxy
Chaos
tournament.
Galaxy tournament. But so I would say that KO is probably one of the reasons why this game is actually playable without playing the meta strategy. But then again, KO, that was another card we should have added to the list. But that one is so oppressive that even though it's kind of an out for non-meta strategies, which is kind of getting off topic of what we were talking about, but I'll bring it back. So KO, it's an oppressive card. It's an out for non-meta strategies, but at the same time makes meta strategy so much better at the same time, which is not a good thing. And this ties back into what we were saying, because actually I have to say, Sylvan, help me out on this, please, bro. So I don't look like an idiot.
Do it! He's burning out here, boys. He's drowning.
What were you saying?
Yeah, right.
Let him drown. Less
Thank you
people,
for
more
letting
for
me
us.
see. Instead of helping me swim, what was I about to?
What are you talking about?
If you've got a second, we could talk about an island.
Let's
What?
do it.
There's an island, and there's one rock, and whoever has this rock is king over the island.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Are they called the rock
Yeah.
star?
Rock, not floating rock on top.
Yes. Okay, let's make it that rock. All right. Whoever has this rock is king.
Good night, Shulk.
Oh,
Good
Shulk's
night,
going
Shulk.
away.
Please try out Oversoul TCG.
Thanks, Shulk. I appreciate it. Thanks for 100 subs.
Oh, you have 100 subs. Let me fix that. Let me unsubscribe.
Oh man. Fuck.
Same. I'm gonna subscribe as well.
Oh man. All right. Fine. I deserve it.
I'll subscribe back. It's okay.
Punish me.
Get laid and stop being a Chad.
Oh. Don't tell me to stop being a Chad.
Well, you're not a Chad, so I don't know why
All
you're.
of you are virgins except for me.
So Sir Goldalot called me a Chad.
Speaking of Asians,
all
no, go on though. Let's continue.
right. So me and my friends have this island, and there's only one rock on this island. Whoever has the rock, yada yada yada, they're king of the island. They basically have the only weapon on the island. They have the only weapon on the island, and they can kill anybody at any time. There's no food. Who do we kill first? It's usually me. If we're on the island, who do we eat first?
You eat the fat ass.
Most body fat.
Unfortunately, I think that's Mango.
Whoever runs the slowest.
That's me.
Unfortunately, that's Mango.
That's me. Believe me.
Whoever cannot run, that's the one you gotta kill. Because even if he
I'm going to be honest though. I am actually pretty agile.
Really?
he's actually pretty
Yes, I have a lot of stamina and endurance.
Are you
I
Chip?
can
Oh
just
shit!
lift, but I
guess
can
it's
fucking
time
run
me to
for
be the
days.
sacrifice.
I can run for days.
Well, I believe it.
I'm usually the guy who's like, "Come on, guys," and everyone's like,
Oh my
Starts
gosh.
running at 11:59, then it turns to 12 o'clock. I've been running for days.
So I thought this was like a whole like disgusting fat person stereotype that I don't subscribe to, like people who can barely make it upstairs. But I've got a friend who will not be named. I used to live on the second floor of an apartment complex, and every time I would take him to my house, he would be panting up these 14 stairs.
Oh my.
"It's what, 14? Really?
14 stairs. He was
It's not even a lie."
panting by the time we would get up there.
Kipo Nipo says, killing everyone and then yourself to maintain your humanity is the true power move.
Yeah, I agree. So
I would say the trick to being a big person and doing stairs is
there's a lot of
control your
drama that
breathing.
goes on this island, by the way, because my friend Emily says that you can't kill her.
there's this
because
one time that's
there's
Wait a
Because that
minute.
would-
person.
Hold on.
right?
Misogyny.
Everyone
This
be
person
quiet.
is
Hold
all
on.
okay.
Wait.
What?
Drama Island.
oh my gosh.
I think you guys know what we gotta do now. So mom and dad,
guys
I'm
wanna-
doing fine.
You
this
guys
how
want
we're
to
ending
talk
the
about?
podcast?
You guys want to talk about Mucha Lucha?
I
Yes!
do not.
Okay, I got something better we should talk about.
Let's talk about Badlands.
you, Vango.
Do you have anything else that we want to talk about though?
Not.
How
Let's
about
talk about
We were
Badlands
just
Chugs.
talking about Mucha Lucha.
I'm sorry to interrupt you earlier,
Lucha
Vango.
school.
We're
going
going
to
to
Lucha
Lucha
school.
We're going to Lucha school.
For the Wars.
I still haven't even remembered what I was about to
Ah,
say.
sweet potato.
Hi, oh god, hi.
Hello?
That's Mango's girlfriend!
Why you gotta put me on? But you got a dislike? Why you got a dislike? It's probably.
Did we
the
get a
girl.
dislike? Is it Mango? I mean,
No, it's not.
is it Tail Sweet coming in? Tail Sweet
Hello,
coming in
sweet
with that
potato.
dislike.
It's probably Tails tweet. Yeah.
Tail Sweet always coming in with that dislike.
Yeah, fuck Tails
I
Sweet.
would I would.
I bet you would, you nasty.
Well, you
That's
know.
amazing.
So I wanna say something.
All right,
right?
fine. Say it.
There's this guy who had a HTCG,
Okay.
and like I think the back of his cards were kind of like was a composition book kind of design on it. was like sketchbook kind of thing or something like that. Well, that was the sort of
the
design
Ned's
of the card.
Declassified School Survival Guide. Results may vary.
Yes,
TCG?
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Though.
yeah, I know.
Okay, so this guy, right? Like, I don't have any, like transfer. I really do not give a fuck. You know, you do you.
Yeah.
But I did have a problem with the fact that this dude had, you know, he painted his nails, but his nails were not on fleek. I don't know where the fuck he used to get his nails. But bruh, you gotta do something. I personally know someplace around where I live that does the most on fleekish shit I've ever seen. My mother goes there and she legit has little Thanksgiving designs like a little turkey. It's cute as fuck. I will give you their number. If you find this, message DM me. I will give you their number. Stop going to whoever you're going to. Jesus Christ, your nails. Anyways, let's continue.
Was that the story about the Ned's Declassified back?
Yep.
That's it? You were... Oh my gosh.
Also,
then what had anything to do with... You didn't have to list any
also, I have one more
about
thing
the card.
to say.
Yeah, okay,
go
fine.
to Oversoul TCG. We are having a tournament. You know, you guys want to...
Yup.
You know, my link in the description.
Yup.
Check that out. You know,
Hey, you guys should play Bizarre Nature.
I have Kirroh
Pizza.
on. I actually have a recording of Kirroh saying that it's better than Chaos Galaxy. So take his word for it.
But hear me out. I was gonna say something, and then you know how you have like a toll booth in your head that just goes, don't come through. And my thought was like, but it's funny, and it's like, don't. That I had that thought.
Yeah.
There's some things you don't say on live television, ladies and gentlemen. No.
Can I say something?
No.
Yeah.
Nippo wants to know if you can push back the tournament until 2:30.
Well, the thing is, I do have other. I'm taking in consideration about everybody, even the person who's casting the tournament, because we may or may not stream it.
Yeah. Oh, you're not gonna. Aw, I'd watch it.
I want to stream
Especially if you've got mics hooked up. I would love to hear the mad shit you guys talk.
Bro.
Listen, like, it's not even like mad. It's not even like mad trash you're talking about, like about the person in the game. You're just sitting there, just having this intense game, but casually going.
So did you see the Mr. Monster video that I uploaded? Oh my god. You're gonna have to tag Becky in this one.
You guys tell me what a Nero Yu-Gi-Oh is.
What?
I have no idea what that is. What do you guys think, chat? That's the whole stream. Just them explaining the new Yu-Gi-Oh meta. Even though we're talking about Oversoul.
My opinion be heard.
Okay.
What?
We talk about card wars real quick.
Card Wars?
Yeah.
I know
Card
nothing
Wars.
You know
more
what?
Like
I'm tired
Card
of you
Wars.
coming into our chat, calling us cowards, and it hurts my feelings because I'm not scared.
Many
just
Magic
have
the Gathering
reservations.
players asked the question: when will Alpha Wookiee be laid by his Asian lover?
Oh my
The
god!
answer:
Shut
never.
the fuck up!
Oh,
What
we need to talk about it. I'm serious.
Gotta remove me. Bye, guys.
I need to say my opinions on card wars.
Fine, Sylvan, say it. You practically just been put onto the chat for this.
Card Wars got me into card games just in general. Seeing Card Wars on the television, I was thinking, and I was like, I saw that was part of Magic the Gathering. I was like, I want to play Magic the Gathering. So I got to play Magic the Gathering. And from there, I got to play every single card game, and that led me here to this podcast.
God damn it, Card Wars! Look what you did.
Consequences!
The Card Wars was the start of your journey.
Card Wars was the
May
start
you-
of your
I
generation.
hope that
basically,
your journey
golf.
continues as a Oversoul competitive player.
Absolutely.
Hey. Fuck Christ.
A
Trading
what?
card game?
Yeah.
What?
Hold
I
on.
said personally, I play the golf trading card game.
There's a bowling trading.
Can we talk about this?
I know.
card?
I'm gonna show you that. There's an actual bowling trading card game.
What the fuck?
There's a WWE trade.
Yeah. Mind Flayer.
There's a My Little Pony.
Mind Flayer's here? Oh.
No. Mind Flayer. He had a WWE or like a pro wrestler card game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember what it was called, but like
I didn't like it.
But you had to have like you had your fighter, and then you had different moves it was doing, and like some were like, oh, you have to distract the ref to pull this move off, or things like that.
You have Lita in the corner.
Oh yeah. Mucha lucha.
Mucha lucha.
Let's talk about Faction Wars.
Sure, go ahead.
All right.
So, do you have any progress on your game Faction Wars?
No.
Oh.
Well, Faction Wars is the old game, but the new game.
You renamed it, of course, yes.
Yeah, of course. The new game is going to be called Quest for Dominion, and it is going to be CG rather than a TCG, because I feel like it'll give me more creative liberties. In being that the game is inherently slow, like Chaos Galaxy. Not as long as Chaos Galaxy, though.
Thank God.
And I'd even say that the gameplay is much deeper, but it's still quicker than that of Chaos Galaxy. I've got a actual PDF of the old rules for the previous incarnation of this game. And I've actually played it with all three of Sylvan, Slothe, and Sinfango.
And I beat him. And I beat you.
Yeah, you did.
Mm.
That is tough. But so basically, the premise of the game is that you have a faction trying to expand your territory. That's a possible way that you win, and at the same time, you're trying to take out your opponent's capital. It's kind of like a game of chess mixed with Magic the Gathering, tiny bit, not enough to comparison.
So you have.
I would say it's unique enough to be its own type of thing. I wouldn't really compare it to MTG, but it does kind of feel like chess, though. You do have a certain board thing, like he was just saying. Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, I was going to compare it to Yu-Gi-Oh, but that wouldn't have made sense either. So
because Yu-Gi-Oh
is some type of actual like currency, I would say that it would be closer to Magic, but also like its own thing at the same time. But I'll have to make a video to actually explain these things, because it'd be weird to say them without like context. Like if I just say that there's like a board where cards move around and then you can expand your territory, quote unquote, within that board. Obviously, you're going to need. It's hard to put that all without actually showing. So, more on that will come. From you guys who have played the what?
I'm sorry, you're cutting out.
Yeah.
From you guys who have played the game, what were your opinions?
Well, so personally, I just thought that. I'm sorry. I cheated. I didn't play. I just wanted to talk.
That is
Silence.
Slothe, Mango, Sylvan, you guys.
Slothe, you test people's games?
I know, right? It's so bizarre.
You know what's funny? It's so bizarre that it's not even nature.
Like pizza.
Get up.
Pizza.
I honestly think that you have something very unique on. You do need it. From when I did play, you do kind of need to tweak it a bit. I know I gave you some suggestions. I'm not sure if you can use that. But overall, I think it's really good, and I think it's kind of unique enough on its own Like I've never played anything like it, so I think you got something really cool going on. But yeah.
All right, Sylvan, do you want to say anything about your game? Oh, snap.
My mic is was a little bit wonky there. When we talk about my game,
Yeah.
right?
Is there anything you want to say about your game before we kind of like wrap up the podcast?
Okay, so first, can any of you tell me who this man is in this card art I posted? Because I know this man.
Seth of the Panharmonicon.
But who is this man? He is based off
I
of
do not
person.
know.
I don't know.
I want to say Sin Mango, but
Saffron Olive.
I feel like he's the pro wrestler that played Mankind.
Saffron Olive.
Mick Foley.
Yeah, Mick Foley.
Oh.
Look at him. Tell me that's not Mick Foley.
It is.
When he gets out Sacco.
That's what he's got behind his back.
What? You think you're gonna make life points? Think again. Get him, Sacco. He's gonna pull a Cactus Jack on that
That's
ass.
the best card in his deck. You just bring out Sacco, like knock out your opponent for like 10 minutes and play the game over.
No, wait, if you want to
Play solitaire,
I got a pro wrestler for you.
Huh?
A pro wrestler card I want you to see then. If you think that's pro wrestler.
So who's this guy supposed to be?
Yeah, besides Mick Foley.
Saffron Olive.
Say what?
Saffron Olive.
Talk about Saffron
I
Olive.
cannot hear you, my guy.
This is Saffron Olive.
Saffron Olive.
Yeah, basically he messaged Saffron Olive on Twitter and got him interested in Guild Rumble, and he was even going to join the Discord and allowed Sylvan to make a card based off of him.
I'm trying to figure out who Saffron Olive is.
Yeah.
He's a Magic the Gathering
MTG
YouTuber.
Goldfish.
Oh.
I don't even know what MTG Goldfish is.
It's a website that helps you put together budget decks.
So I just found a picture of him, and he looks like an emo neckbeard.
That might not be him, honestly.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna copy image and send it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Who's-
What? He looks like what?
An emo
What were we
neckbeard.
searching up? I wasn't here.
I mean,
I'm
Sorry.
sending. It's serious. Calm down.
Dang.
Yeah, that's him.
Is that it?
I apologize.
Okay. Hold on.
This is
I'm
from-
sending
picture
mine.
for a while.
I'm sending mine. Hold on. Mine's is still sending.
Sorry.
Oh my God! Work. Thank you.
You sending it in this one?
It's sending. It's sending. Give it a sec. It's processing.
Oh, there you
yeah,
go.
that was the one I found.
That's from when he was in a band.
He was in the scene band.
It looks like it should be working for Cartoon Network.
He does. He looked like he wrote the songs for Adventure Time.
You mean Rebecca Sugar?
Oh no, he looks like the guy who made Adventure Time.
He does.
Oh my gosh.
He looks like he
Okay.
plays Card Wars on the side. You should get him interested in Oversoul. No, I'm joking.
Do we have any questions that we would like to ask the chat?
No.
Yes, please subscribe to my channel.
Yes.
The chat. Ask us.
Please,
Everybody, please subscribe to Kirroh. Please subscribe to Sylvan Advocate. We would like to thank you guys so much for getting onto the chat with us
thank you.
and be able to talk about
Before
things
go
that we
off, I
could
want to
not.
show you this card. I want to show you this card
Yeah,
and
yeah.
find it for.
Yeah, do it.
It's probably way up in this chat, but I need to find this. You were talking about
So-
wrestlers, and this card is perfect for what you were talking about.
Okay.
Let's talk about TCG creators that do not have two monitors.
Let's talk about people and getting and tying them up.
Oh yes, bondage.
Let's talk about
Frankie?
What do you think, Alpha Wookie?
What do I think about bondage?
Yeah,
You know my thoughts.
I actually don't. Well, let's hear it.
Reveal your darkest secrets, boy.
I know what you're into, you nasty fuck.
All I'm
You
saying.
don't fool me.
Wait, let's
Don't fool me.
I could sit down and watch The Princess and the Frog tied up. That's all I'm saying. I could
Mango,
listen
let's
to
talk about
Friends
homo-
on the Other Side
Say what,
tied
Kirroh?
up. That's all I'm saying.
Talk about
I actually
homo
love
flow.
that song.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you. What?
I said let's talk about homo flow.
Dude, homoflow, bruh. There's this song, right? It's called Homo. Is it called Homo?
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, it's called homo flow.
And this dude is like, this dude's flow is so homo, but that shit is so fire. It's better than any other rapper that I've ever heard nowadays. It's amazing.
Is Eminem afraid to battle him?
I would say
Yes.
that this man is clearly
Oh yes,
better
'cause
than Eminem. He's
Eminem
way
is such
more
a threat
of a
now.
goat
They
than
even
Eminem.
Probably afraid to battle.
I don't like Trump.
Bro,
Guys,
I'ma take a dump.
Yeah.
my dick's so small, they call it small dick.
Slick.
When I
Slick
shit,
Nick
I
dick.
shit out bricks. Said knick knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
Welcome to
My
my
name is
comedy
Nick
zone.
Cannon, and I always get owned. Let's
They call me Eminem.
Bravo the
I lost my
luchador. Why does this seem
brain
so racist?
Did you say like a slave? I always get owned.
What?
I said like Nick Cannon.
Oh,
Like a slave, I always get. Oh, that's such a good line.
You know what?
That's such
I'm changing
a
the
good
lyrics. I'm
line,
writing that
bro.
down. I am writing that
Here, I
down.
just
Oh
heard- I
my
just heard-
god!
Always-
wait for my
that's
I'm
so
gonna steal
bad.
that. I'm gonna fucking steal that.
I'm biting your style, bro.
Like a slave, I always get owned. God damn.
Whoa. You're white. You can't say that.
Kirroh, that's some deep shit. Holy cow.
12 years a
That's
slave.
what I thought was said because he said I always get owned, and then somebody was like, "Whoa, this is a little racist." I put two and two together and came up with 5.
Bruh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if there's anything else we to talk about really. We do have 7 people watching.
The card up I was talking about.
All right, you wanted to talk about this card, Terium.
Yes.
Basically, is Mucha Lucha the card. Pablo the Luchador.
Hola, mi amigos, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo San Juan.
Are you though?
3, 2,
Huh?
1. Let's talk about how Pablo the Luchador breaks Guild Rumble.
Okay, I've never played Guild Rumble.
Used to.
Oh, basically, you put him in the defense row, and then your opponent can't attack him at all because
That's
if they
broken.
do, Pablo gains strength.
That's broken.
Yeah, I nerfed him, so this is the old version.
Oh.
I can only show the old version because it was the only card in the chat.
Let's talk about how Blue Flame Dragon needs a nerf.
Let's talk
Actually,
about Samson quick.
Who the fuck is
All right,
Samson?
let's pick one more topic. We discuss this topic, and then we end the stream.
Jesus!
Let's discuss about how Kirroh thinks that Oversoul is better than Chaos Galaxy.
Let's
Let's discuss.
Wait,
A very
let's
simple conversation
talk
about this.
blue.
Say what?
Let's
You are
discuss
petty
how the
boy.
color blue or any element that is paralleled with it is usually broken in a trading card game, and how to avoid that with your trading card.
Pick purple.
I am trying so hard. Actually, yeah, give me some ideas on what
Yeah,
I can do.
I'm sorry.
I've noticed
I'm
that for
sorry,
every
Mango.
game that uses elements, right? Blue is always broken, or anything that's mixed with it always ends up being broken. And I am trying so hard to sort of make blue a bit different, because right now what blue does is it works around tokens, and destroying those tokens also it fishes things out of the graveyard. And that's what blue kind of does in my game. But I can still see it getting really bad, and I kind of feel like right now it's on that sort of, it's on the edge. You know, it's too close to the edge, whatever the song is. Anyways, what do you guys think I can do really?
Well, I wasn't trying to single you out and make.
No, I know. I
No,
just
yeah,
want
yeah.
to bring it up though. I want everybody's opinion on.
Right, I just.
We've got a Magic player. We've got a Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh player here. You know, I want what everyone's thought.
The big three.
Well, blue and Yu-Gi-Oh is not that good, honestly.
Yu-Gi-Oh's ass. Anyways, let's continue.
So.
I don't know. Like,
You don't.
okay, so who do you think started that blue is overpowered? It's
Magic.
It's the Gathering.
Yeah.
yeah.
And usually everything, every other game that sort of has the sort of thing that Magic has, blue has always been the sort of overpowered thing.
Yeah.
For example,
Because
I'm not sure
control
if
is
you guys
overpowered,
know.
and everybody usually
Yeah.
goes for blue as control.
Mhm. And I'm trying to, for my game at the, and the reason why Amazon, for Amazon in my game is basically what they call the combination of fire and nature, or Gruul, if you play Magic.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why it is the way it is, and why I'm trying to make fire the way it is because I know, because I want to focus more on control, but I want something that kind of just counters it perfectly. You know what I mean? I'm trying to kind of plan 2 steps ahead, but I'm not even sure if I'm really succeeding.
I don't know. I mean, there's only one way to know, and it's testing. It's constantly testing and making sure things just go through people. Like, you just have people who are real with you and will tell you, man, this shit, or oh, I'd love this, or whatever, dude. Like, my brother is just so hardcore. He does not care about your feelings when he's talking about a card game. He will, to your face, tell you something is garbage and what needs to be fixed to make sure that, to make it work. I legitimately, he could probably make his, if he were to join the community, he would just gain infamy of just being like a playtester.
Let him do it.
I wish he would. He just
Let
has
him
no,
play Oversoul. Show him Oversoul.
he has like
Show
literally no interest in this community. He like, I let him, he like gets in my videos. He likes to do that. He likes to act with me. But that's about it.
It's like, what is this, children's card games? Fuck out of here. Let me play my Hearthstone.
Stone is for real men.
It's time for me to play my tarot cards.
Blizzard's his ass!
Man.
Okay. We once ran out of a deck of playing cards, so we just decided to play poker with a tarot card deck.
Oh, so like how it's actually supposed to be used. Okay.
Kippo Nippo, I don't think you would want his brother playing your.
I got a full house and the whole room died.
Also, I want to say that, I don't know.
Please.
Do you think, I actually have this question, guys. Do you think that when creating a game, right, with elements that, because I'm trying to make it a little bit different, a little bit more unique, even though I feel like I'm not even like succeeding. Like, I would say darkened nature is pretty generic. Fire, I'm trying to do something with it. Water, I'm trying to do something with it. And light, I'm trying to do. But the question is that, do you think people when creating a game and you know in their use, like colors or whatever
You're breaking up.
do you think that people who, when creating a game and they're using elements or colors, whatever you want to call it, do you think that they should make it cookie cutter, or because it works, or they should they should try to just make it different? Even if it doesn't like work, like keep trying to make it fix it and make it work differently. And I don't even know how I'm wording it. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I think we're all fried. Man, I think being different is hard. It's a lot easier to do what everybody else is doing, but it's a lot less rewarding. I mean, it's real safe. It's real safe to do what everybody else does, and your game may work better, but it'll be like everybody else's. So maybe it's best. Yeah. Maybe it's best to try different things and fail at them than make the same game as everybody else. And it'll work because it's the same as everybody else's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree with that.
Also, want to say one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead. Last minute remarks here before we close up.
Lizzie, please play Oversoul TC.
Oh my gosh. I can't even get her to try Magic.
Oh man.
I want to say
she's trying to swap me out for her. She's got a friend. She's trying to swap me out with her so that I'll play that card game with him.
Oof.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I may.
What do you think? What do you think of Samson?
Samson?
I'm back.
Samson.
Pokemon Go every day.
Oh my God, kill yourself.
Bro, what do you think of Samson?
Okay.
MCR is back.
What is Samson? I don't see Samson.
I don't know what Samson is.
I'll get Samson 1 sec. I'll bring him up here.
All right, you got like 30 seconds.
Guild Rumble.
I got this. Got this 1 sec.
Tick.
Hello?
Tuck.
But here you go, Samson.
Oh yeah, Samson. Okay.
Samson.
Okay, first the art and the way he looks. He came out of a Playground Disney show or whatever it's called.
Okay. Yeah. And what? My cat's meowing at me.
Bro.
This is also pre-nerf Samson. Samson got a pretty big nerf.
Lizzie, I don't blame you. Magic is gay.
Ooh.
Is Liz in the chat? Oh my gosh, she is. Crow.
What did she say?
She says crow for the win, baby. Win is her last name, and so she says stuff like that. Oh man.
That's amazing.
She's so nerdy. I
Magic
love
is complicated, but I guarantee you Oversoul is a little different, but it's easier than Magic. You should try it, I think you might like the art. There's really cute fruits.
So this,
play Oversoul.
This is Samson, the young pirate, and the one problem that I have with him is it was clearly made on the computer, and then you took a picture.
Yeah, I know.
Of your computer screen.
I hated it.
I could not find a way to get it onto my phone to do that, other than taking a picture.
Oh, you need so much help.
You can use a snipping tool or whatever.
Yeah,
just email it to yourself.
I can't crop it though. The problem is I need to get it from my computer onto my phone so I can turn it into a card.
Save it, email it to yourself, and then go to your email on your phone. Save it from there, so that way you don't have a quality such as that.
What's an email?
An email is this old ancient art that the boomers used to do.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
done with all of you.
It was replaced when
this is the end of the podcast.
Wait, I want to say a couple of things before we end.
Slothe, go ahead.
One, I hope all y'all love and appreciate yourself. And two, MCR's back, baby! Ah, yeah!
Shut up!
My Chemical Romance! Never coming home, never coming home!
This is it. This is the end.
Magic.